死んだ初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなに人が多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君はまだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ万歳。ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランドズライドまで
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてるね。この世界季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだった大きにまたグレートになるかも。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコ掴んでいいさ。そう言い放せるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast Unit 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here today on a Saturday. And you would think it's a Saturday. What is there to talk about? Well, this is a Saturday in Trump world, so there's a lot to talk about, a lot to go over, and we're going to do just that. But I see Harley Dave says, Jeremy, that's really mean. Oh, you were nice, says you again. Great talking to you today. Going to be brainstorming this weekend and send you a Google Doc. Look at that. Harley Dave, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you, brother. Same to you. Shout out to you. And look who showed up. Laughing Man just drops 50 gifted memberships. I thought Laughing Man hated me, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. Thank you, Laughing Man. 50 gifted memberships. That's a lot of memberships. And we have a new celebration for 50 gifted memberships. If the chat remembers. Does the chat remember? Here we go. Anna, Paulina, Luna. You can thank Laughing Man for that one right there. Anna, Paulina, Luna. Very respectable. Very good personality. A great personality, some would say. Some would say the best personality. But there is Anna, Paulina, Luna. Thank you, Laughing Man. Holy crap, 50 gifted memberships, dude. Happy Saturday. You know what? I don't know if I would have went live today if Laughing Man wouldn't have said yesterday, got to go live before you play games. So here we are. I think this is Laughing Man's way of thanking me. But it was your idea. So I'm here because of Laughing Man. So thank you, Laughing Man. 50 gifted memberships. Absolutely insane. Zinny Biscuit for 5 says, unfortunately, I won't be in Alaska next Friday. But who wants to bet Papa Putin will wear a burgundy tie? Well, we're going to talk about that because dude, it's there's a lot of drama building around, the Putin Trump meeting. And that's going to be crazy, man. That could be must-see TV. We're going to talk about that here in just a bit because there's new developments from it. AOE to Freak for $10 says, Hail Jeremy and chat. Thank you so much, as always, supporting. Chad Late says, good day to the CobraCast Unit 199 and the chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I gotta say, man, Joshua says Anna Paulina Luna is Israel first. That's a good way to get more people to support Israel. Might want to not talk about that because that's going to get a lot of people to support Israel. If you just go ahead and keep talking about that, you're not helping your case, brother. Okay, you're not helping your case. But anyway, thank you for the information. I really appreciate that. I'm sure everybody's going to, you know what? Ultimately, let's go ahead and talk about that really quick. I saw a tweet from the Quartering that I thought really did sum this whole thing up right here. And let me see if I can find it really quickly. I know I bookmarked this. And it does put it into perspective with what we're seeing with the in kind of the discussion online right here. So Quartering quote tweets this from Yeet. And right here. So this guy was watching Fuentes.
Look the other way, and the money and the support and the guns and the wars keep flowing in Israel's direction. Now that Israel is losing that supportive constituency.
I'm falling asleep, man. How could someone unironically care about fucking Israel or Palestine? What the fuck? Who fucking cares?
And Quartering quote tweets is based. Rich white kids with no problems and no identity love to pretend that they care, but at the end of the day, even they don't. I have never heard a more accurate statement in my life. No one really cares. Like, yeah, if you live in the area, then sure, you care, okay? But all of these motherfuckers online pretending they give a fuck, you don't care about Israel or Palestine. You're just doing it because your favorite fucking influencer told you it was important. Most people don't even give a shit about this, okay? Most people don't give a fuck. They give a fuck about their own country, and that's it. But a bunch of rich white kids with no fucking problems invent problems to pretend that they're a fucking victim. It is absolutely, because what have I said from the beginning? What have I said? When people are like, oh, Jeremy, you should cover this. Why? I don't care. I don't care about Palestine. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about the Middle East. I don't care. Why should I care? And then they're like, you should care because, again, you can care. But the moment that you tell me I should care, you sound like a mentally deranged social justice freak who tells me that I'm supposed to worry about trans rights. I'm supposed to worry about trans rights because trans rights are human rights. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. And you're never going to make me care. And the moment that you continue to tell me how much I should care, the less that I'm going to care. I don't fucking care. And the more you cry, the less I care. So that's the bottom line on it right there. So anyway, that was I thought that was a really good tweet from Quartering where I'm like, yeah, you know what? It is a bunch of people just pretending to care about some shit that they really know nothing about. Like a bunch of people like, do you know the truth about Israel, Jeremy? No, and neither do you. But I'm glad you have all of the facts. Remember Fish Titties? Fish Titty had all of the facts. I stand with Fish Titties, to be fair. Fish Titties was like, Jeremy, Israel is bad. And we're like, well, if Fish Titties said it, then it must be true. So Fish Titties was definitely telling us how bad Israel was. And we have to listen to Fish Titties. But anyway, Fish Titties definitely letting us know what's going on around the world. Where do you get your information from, sir? Fish Titties. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be sure to never take you seriously again. That's what people would say to us. But Fish Titties, they are the truth around here. Okay. They are the truth. Space comma digger says, did you see the insane bill in California that would make kidnapping illegal? I didn't see that one. I do have some Gavin Newsom news to talk about, though, and that may tie into it as we look deeper into that story. We'll see, but I will look into that. One of the funniest stories that's going on right now is this story about Pete Buttigieg. Now, Democrats love to tell you how important it is to have the support of black people, and black people are so important to the Democratic Party. So Pete Buttplug here. Let's see how much support Pete Buttplug has with the Democrats right now.
Democratic primary voters, 16% would support Buttigieg. That's the highest of any candidate. Pete Buttigieg.
I don't believe it.
Wait.
I think that's just a poll number. I can't see that happening.
Well, okay, but wait. 16%. Black voters, 0. 0. You don't usually see 0 anywhere. 0's low.
For who? What is this?
For Buttigieg. Explain that. I mean, why do black voters have this? I mean, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's under-indexing a little bit with black voters, yeah.
A little. What is that all about?
He doesn't move us. I respect the man. I've interviewed him before. Very nice man, highly intelligent. But you gotta be able to move us, bro. He doesn't move us. You can speculate as to why that is. I'm not going there. He doesn't move us.
It's because he's gay. That's what Stephen didn't want to say.
But you got to be able to move us, bro. He doesn't move us. You can speculate as to why that is. I'm not going there. He doesn't move us.
It's because he's gay. That is why. This is not complicated at all. As a matter of fact, this brings back, do you remember when President Trump talked about Pete Buttplug? Do you remember this? This is truly like, this put me into tears the first time I heard Trump say this. Do you remember when he was talking about Pete Buttplug? Listen to this.
And when they took over Buttigieg, who
he just butchers his name. Buttigieg.
and when they took over Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship.
We do not live in the real world. We do not live in the real world. Again, one more time. Look at this. Look at this right here. All right, here's Trump.
And when they took over Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship.
That is so funny, dude. Buttigieg. He drives to work on his bicycle, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. Oh my God, I got to hear it over time.
When they took over Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue. This guy didn't have a clue. And he's actually a contender for president. Between him and Crockett, you can have that party. But he didn't know what he was doing.
So yeah, I mean, ultimately that's what this comes down to. Like, this conversation puts it into perspective about how out of touch with reality the Democrats are, and whether you like it or don't like it, it doesn't really matter. You can make the argument, like, is it because he's gay that people don't like him, or is it because he's like flamboyantly gay? I mean, I'm sorry, like, world leaders, there's a lot of world leaders that are not going to have a conversation with a gay man. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So the answer was yes. Exactly. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. It's all of the above. Okay. But world leaders, there are some countries, they are not going to have a conversation. Okay. Like, I know that there's been this social engineering to make everybody believe that it's okay and all of this shit. But the bottom line is, generally speaking, people don't want to see that shit. They don't really care what you do in the privacy of your own home. But when you want to sit there and put that out there, your whole identity is your sexuality. No one fucking wants to hear about that shit. Okay. They just don't. No one cares. No one's interested to hear about it. And the more that you make that part of your personality, the less anyone wants anything to do with you, because no one actually cares. So my suggestion to Pete Buttigieg is, hey, be like Barack Obama. All right. Just don't tell everybody you're gay. Shut the fuck up. All right. Marry a NFL linebacker and pretend it's a woman. All right. The Obama way worked. Okay. Go ahead and do that one. But anyway, this whole story was very funny though. And seeing the reaction, and it did remind me of the Trump, again one more time. It's just worth hearing one more time. It's just so.
And when they took over Buttigieg, who has no clue, you know, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue.
Dude, do you guys understand the levels of insulting that's going on right here? So, like, every guy knows this, okay? The easiest and most simple way to insult a dude that's maybe dating a chick that you're interested in, or maybe he's a douchebag and you know that he's treating her like shit and you're interested, you always just casually call the guy by the wrong name so that the girl has to correct you. And then you respond with, oh yeah, whatever. And it's so demeaning to that guy. And we know exactly what we're doing. But to make her correct you, you have taken the alpha position in this situation in her eyes. You don't respect him. And you've shown her that you're in control and that you don't even care when she corrects you. And at that point in time, and so Trump is sitting here he's just calling him a different name, showing he has zero respect for this dude. And then at the time where he's saying it's a loving relationship, he's actually roasting it. This is 4D chess right here from Trump. This is next level shit, dude. Pretty fucking awesome right there. So anyway, good stuff indeed. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Eric Heffelfinger says Brandon Herrera is running for Congress again. His site is up and accepting donations. He almost beat the rhinos the first time. That is correct. That is correct. I've got that bookmark too, so we may have to talk about that. And again, he lost by just a little bit. Last time. So neither side eats bacon, not my fight. That right there, I agree. Look at that, a whole $1 from Tyler. Thank you so much. Hey, ye figs, it's my birthday, so here's some money for the Unit 199. Will there be a hat or shirt or something for it, Jeremy? Yes, there absolutely will. Working on that right now. So happy birthday, first of all. And secondly, thank you for supporting Unit 199. And yes, we are working on merch currently right now. Jeremy is definitely almost there. I've almost been convinced, guys. We just got to show him this one video, guys. He just needs to read an Ian Carroll tweet and he'll be there. He'll figure it out. Spirium for the 199 super sticker. Thank you. Here's the first donation to Pete Butt Plug to start his campaign. Thank you, Vlad. Appreciate that. You should do live streams at sporting events. I would love to, actually. I would love to. Eric K says we already had a gay president, Barack Obama. Yes, absolutely. Andy Plays Game says, I got my wife with Jeremy's love advice. See, there you go, man. That's all you got to do. You know, simple. John says, have you noticed Trump does his meetings from the real Oval Office? Well, Trump, I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about like what meeting specifically? Like whenever he has like world leaders in and stuff like that? Is that what you were referencing to? Because in terms of like he's meeting Putin in Alaska. So, hey, is that Celluloid Dream? That's awesome. Celluloid Dream is here. He calls me gay. So, thank you. Oh, they have an Oval Office set. Yeah. I didn't know what he meant by that. So, do they? What's the pollster's name? What's the pollster's name with the fake Oval Office? Frank Luntz with his fake Oval Office. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. Space comma Digger says Side Scrollers has a video on the bill in Cali. Okay, noted. John says Biden used to do his on a stage. Okay, noted. Gotcha. Jared the American says husband on the back. Lol. I wonder if Trump intended that. Buttigieg. Could you imagine him versus Vance in 2028? Democrats have no good choices. They really don't. And they're in very bad shape. And that will continue. And it will continue because of the mindset of them. And, you know, Trump right here, Trump is still floating the idea of Trump 2028. Look at this right here. He's not letting up on this one.
They love this for your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. Good
Great.
stuff.
Thank you.
Can you put the key in here? Whoever's taking it? That's important to not to lose that.
Yeah.
Do you have your key?
No.
Okay, good. I had this one for you, but I like that box better.
Yeah.
I had that one for you. You know, you're not allowed to run a bid. So, because I'm 28 points higher than anyone. Everybody wants me to run, but
Including
that.
Yeah.
It's funny. So this drives me crazy. Look, 4 more years. They go 4 more. So that's sort of cool. Fellas, come on, grab what you want. That's okay.
He said, including us. It's so good. Trump's like, I'm 28 points higher than anyone.
That one for you. You know, you're not allowed to run a bid. So, because I'm 28 points higher than anyone. Everybody wants me to run, but
Including
that. Yeah. It's funny. So this drives me crazy. Look, 4 more years. They go 4 more. So it's sort of cool. Fellas, come on, grab what you want.
How can you not love this man? Like, his ability to trigger and troll the media is next level. It's absolutely phenomenal. Ben Johnson says Trump protects PDFs. Why are you guys not mad at him right now? Ben, I will be so mad, but in order for me to be mad, you need to send a minimum of a $50 super chat, and I will get so mad at Trump. But you got to send a $50. Like, and that's not my rule. That's just how it works. So if you could send me a $50 super chat, I will get so mad at Trump. You will be unbelievable. It will be unbelievable how mad I am at Trump, but only for a $50 super chat. That's minimum. But in the meantime, Brock with 50 gifted memberships. F5's in the chat. Brock in the house. 50 gifted memberships. And another appearance from Anna Paulina Luna. There you go. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. There it is. I mean, that's just a great video. It's a great video. It really is. It's a great video. Very educational. Thank you, Brock. And Laughing Man. Holy crap, man. 100 gifted memberships already. And I'm probably going to get a $50 from that one guy so we can get mad at Trump. Any of Trump haters in the chat, like, I swear, like, I'll get mad at Trump if you send me a 50 and tell me you get mad at Trump. I'll be like, oh, Trump, you're orange man bad. Oh, we'll cancel Trump. We'll cancel Trump, okay? Packy Proton says co-creator of Unit 199 scanning in, sir. Hell yes. That's what's up. Yep, you got the. If you wouldn't have tagged me in that, I would have never saw that, which means that we would have never gotten to this place right here. So shout out to you indeed. Thank you, Packing Protons. But yeah, Trump 2028. Listen, man, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think Trump, like, he can't, he's not, he can't run, but what's he going to do, man? He's going to make it interesting. Okay. That's all I know. I don't think he will run. I don't think he will attempt to run, but I also don't think that Trump is just going to let this go. I just don't. I mean, look at this right here. Breaking. Trump's approval rating is 14 points higher now than at any time in his first term. I mean, his popularity is through the roof right now. And he is more popular now than he has ever been. He's more impactful than any president in history. And I hope people understand just how monumental his cultural impact has been. Because his cultural impact is probably the most important thing he's done in office outside of shutting the border down. Trump's cultural impact is through the roof. I had this one right here. Right here. Trump didn't just save gamers. He might have saved the West. This is probably one of the most important executive orders that he signed. Censorship of people, organization, companies, artists, etc. cannot be instituted by payment processors anymore. Doesn't matter if people hate Nick Fuentes and people who make distasteful artwork. Promoting the censorship and debanking of these people will actually lead to the collapse of the West. Without the free exchange of ideas and thought, no matter how distasteful, a functional society cannot function long term. This is huge, man. This is a huge, huge thing. Harley Dave for a 50 gifted membership. I'm starting to think that you guys like seeing Anna Paulina Luna on this screen. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm going to agree with all of you. Okay? I'm going to agree with all of you. Woof. But we have a video on this right here, because I guess like that video is like an Asmon Gold video. I think this is the video that Asmon reacted to right here. Where, let's see, Trump just signed an order that can save Steam.
Games are being censored, not by Steam though, but by the banks that handle the money. This new executive order is the first legal step in stopping this. Recently, if you haven't heard, some games were removed from the Steam store, but this wasn't because of a bug or a developer's choice. Instead, it happened because a big payment company like MasterCard decided that a few games were a reputational risk. This is a vague rule that lets them pressure a company like Steam to remove any games they don't like. As a result, the banks that handle the money for Steam got involved,
And this is, again, this is the same issue with 2A and anything else. Once you start opening the door, they will take everything. Once you start going, well, we have to censor this thing because it's bad. And then you start moving that discussion to where, well, if we're going to censor this, we should probably censor that. And if we censor this, we should censor that. And it kind of goes back to where I talk about words. Oh, the N-word. We can't say the N-word. Okay. Well, guess what? Now there's a new word we can't say. Oh, there's a new word we can't say. Oh, there's a different word we can't say. And at some point, we're not going to be able to say any fucking thing. So that's why you can't give anything to these clowns, because they're not interested in doing things to protect the kids. They're not doing things to protect the children. That's not what they're doing it for. They never have and they never will. And whenever they use that argument, you know that they are straight up lying.
A chain of pressure that led to the games actually being removed. This is a big deal because it shows that a third-party company that handles the money, not the government or Steam itself, is now deciding what we can and can't buy. This kind of power is a form of digital censorship, and is especially concerning since a new rule was recently added to Steam's guidelines that gives them the power to remove content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by our payment processors. The thing is, the Steam situation is just one example of a much bigger problem. It's part of a growing trend of these payment companies censoring or even debanking anything they don't like. Debanking is when banks or payment companies close accounts or refuse to work with people and businesses for reasons that aren't actually about money. The censorship we're seeing on platforms like Steam is very similar to how banks debank people. The payment,
which is what happened to Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes was debanked. I don't know how, I don't know if this was like literally every bank or whatever. It doesn't matter if it was literally every bank or if it was just one bank. I don't know the specifics of his situation, but the fact that he was debanked is absolutely insane.
Processors are essentially saying, if you don't remove this content, we will stop doing business with you, which means you can't get paid. This is a direct financial threat. It's what itch.io stated when they said they had to act urgently to protect the platform's core payment infrastructure. And also when Valve said if they didn't remove the games, it would prevent customers from buying games and content across Steam. The White House announcement calls this politicized or unlawful debanking and highlights how some financial institutions have restricted access to services on the basis of political or religious beliefs or lawful business activities. So this isn't just about video games. Something similar has happened to cryptocurrency companies, legal gun stores, and even anime stores. The White House announcement points to other examples as well, such as when federal regulators suggested banks flag individuals who made transactions related to companies like Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop. These payment networks are essentially the roads of the digital economy. By controlling these roads, these companies can stop anyone they disagree with from doing business. Even
Yes, somebody just said it in the chat with you had Ripa with that whole situation with PayPal, and then recently who was it that's just had a PayPal issue as well? Who had an issue with them? Arch had right? Archcast, didn't he have an issue with PayPal? And this is like very basic shit that there it is. Yeah, you guys, that was right. This is this isn't as widespread as some people may seem to think it is, but the danger that we are facing when people start being silenced over their political voices is insane. Say whatever you want about Nick Fuentes. I don't care. I don't care if you love him. I don't care if you hate him. The man should never have been debanked. Like, didn't he have a guy come to his house like a year and a half ago trying to kill him? And that guy actually killed other people before he came to Nick Fuentes' house. Now, is that because, maybe he was financially hit by being censored and he didn't have the resources he needed to have the proper security he needed? I don't know if that was the case. And it doesn't really matter if that was the case. The fact is that he should never be in that position to begin with where he's being debanked. So now that opens up the questions of like, does this guy even have the level of security that he needs, considering how, how hated he is online because of his takes? Insanity.
if they haven't broken any real laws. So to fight back against this, President Trump has signed a new executive order called Guaranteeing Fair Banking for All Americans. This is a direct response to what the president's office calls systemic abuses by financial institutions that undermine free expression and economic opportunity. This new rule tells federal groups that watch over banks to stop using vague reasons like reputational risk in their guidance and manuals. The order is specific, stating that regulators must remove the use of reputational risk or equivalent concepts that could result in politicized or unlawful debanking. From now on, banks must make their decisions based on clear financial reasons. The order also directs federal banking regulators to review banks for any past or current policies that encourage politicized or unlawful debanking and to take action, including charging a fine. The ultimate
I want to remind you, all of the people that cried when for years I talked about President Trump and how I was in the nerd gaming geek world and how people are like, I can't believe you're trying to bring politics into this. Well, you stupid motherfuckers, it was always part of this. It was always part of this. If Kamala wins the election, we're not having this conversation. In fact, this is getting much worse. So this was always part of the conversation because the left decided to start bringing their real world opinions into the world of entertainment. It was always part of it. So all of you pronoun fucking weirdos, all of you blue-haired land whales, all of you fat, ugly motherfuckers who have no fucking social life whatsoever until you sit online all fucking day crying about Orange Man bad, go fuck yourself since nobody else will. But I was right the whole time.
goal of this order, as stated by the White House, is to ensure that no American should be denied access to financial services because of their beliefs, affiliations, or political views. This is meant to prevent any financial unfair treatment and give fair access to banking for all legal businesses and people. So how does this new order connect directly to our problem on Steam? This is where the details of how payments work become really important. As Valve confirmed in their response, MasterCard didn't go directly to Valve and tell them to remove the games. MasterCard communicated with acquiring banks. These are the banks that handle the money for businesses like Steam. MasterCard cited one of its rules, Rule 5.12.7, which says that a business can't process transactions that may damage the goodwill of the corporation or reflect negatively on the marks. It's important to know that Visa has a very similar rule, just showing how this is a widespread issue across the payment industry. This is a perfect example of a vague reputational risk clause. MasterCard didn't have to prove the games were illegal, just that they were a risk to their brand. This was in response to a...
Now, the interesting thing is, I commented on this last week on Twitter, and I said MasterCard dealing with gamers is the biggest fuck around find out moment in a long time. And Madam Savvy has been absolutely on point with this. She has been crushing it. But this is always the fuck around find out moment. Do not mess with gamers. The moment you mess with gamers, you're done. You're over with. And this is a true FO moment for them. And now you got President Trump, which, listen, man, I love Trump. Huge fan of Trump. Donald Trump's not watching, Geeks and Gamers videos and trying to figure out what's going on in the culture from that perspective. I don't know who is in his ear. I know the meme out there is that Barron Trump is essentially just like, constantly telling his dad what's going on in the gaming world. And trust me, I hope that's true. I hope that Barron Trump is like constantly just going, Father, they're fucking with the gamers. Father, sign an executive order. Fuck them over. It's so good if that's true. It really is.
Small number of complaints from the activist group Collective Shout. The acquiring banks, fearing that they would lose their partnership with a major payment network, then pressured Valve to remove the games. Valve complied, which is why they weren't fully debanked. So the executive order aims to stop this by forcing financial institutions to justify their decisions based on individual, objective, and risk-based analysis. The key difference is simple. Risk-based analysis is about measurable financial threats. Reputational risk is about feelings and public opinion. The new executive order is designed to stop financial companies from using the second one as an excuse to
the fact that you've got
threats. Reputational risk is
right
about
here.
Feelings and public opinion. The new executive order is
the fact that you've got DeChambeau, you got 48 standing behind him,
designed to stop,
and you got Triple H. This is insane, dude. Like, it's absolute. Trump is the culture. Donald Trump is the culture. No one else is even close. Donald Trump doesn't move the culture. Donald Trump is the culture. The cultural shift that we have seen can never be stated enough. What we are witnessing with this 79-year-old man who makes the weirdest comments in the world, who says the weirdest things sometimes. It's amazing.
Companies from using the second one as an excuse to shut down legal businesses. This could protect game developers from being unfairly censored. So what can we expect now? While this executive order is a major step, it has its limitations. Some might argue that it doesn't mean much because it can't directly regulate companies like MasterCard or Visa. However, the executive order does create a powerful incentive for banks to stop caving to this type of pressure. If an acquiring bank knows that it could be fined by a federal regulator for acting on a reputational risk concern, it's far less likely to do so. This could make the vague rules of payment processors effectively powerless. According to Valve's newest statement, they were pressured by these banks, citing MasterCard's rule. So while Valve wasn't formally debanked, they were put in a position where they had to choose between censorship and a massive financial threat. This is the exact thing this executive order is trying to stop. Looking forward though, this executive order could pave the way for more changes. We could see new legislation like the Fair Access to Banking Act gain momentum in Congress. This act, which has seen bipartisan support, aims to prevent banks from using subjective, non-financial standards when deciding who to do business with. A new law would have way more power than an executive order. It could directly and...
To put this into perspective, we had a dude that was put in prison for memes. Hillary Clinton memes. A dude was put in prison for a Hillary Clinton meme. A lot of people don't know about this. That happened. That happened. But of course, guys, you know, we're just making stuff up about all of these things going on with the evil left. Is he still in prison? No. His name is what's his name? Is it Douglas Mackey? Is that his name? Chat. I think it was Douglas. I think. And he recently got out. I think that he did not. He chose to not get a pardon, or he requested to not get a pardon. And again, says a lot about him, you know, because yeah, but dude went to prison over a fucking meme.
Legally stop payment networks from denying service based on a business's legal activities or political views. The details of the bill are designed to force this change. For example, it would prevent banks from making decisions based on unfair and random standards, a legal way of saying a decision made without a good, clear reason. The bill requires banks to have a written, documented report showing a risk-based analysis for all decisions. This means they would have to back up their choices with clear, factual information, not vague concerns about their brand. This would be a more permanent solution, like treating these payment companies as essential services. So
here's the guy right here. This is his name right here. So right here. So Douglas Mackey, is that it? And somebody in the Rumble chat says it was a stupid fucking boomer meme at that. I remember seeing variations of it on Facebook every election for about a decade prior. Yeah, it was. It was just some stupid boomer meme is all it was. And yeah, he went to jail over it.
if the pressure from payment processors start to disappear, the new rule on Steam would become unnecessary and could pave the way for a return to a more hands-off content policy on the platform. So although the fight to stop censoring games is not over yet, there are some signs it might not last forever.
So that was a good video. That is from Water CS2 is the name. So there you go. But it goes back to this point right here. Trump didn't just save gamers. He might have saved the West. This is probably one of the most important executive orders that he has signed. This is huge. This is what I voted for. This is what I've been talking about for the past decade plus. This is what was so important about having the right leader in this position. And in my opinion, the only person that I can even think about being in this position that could do what needs to be done is Donald Trump. He's the greatest president of my lifetime. He's the greatest president of all time. And he has literally saved the West, and he has moved the culture like no other individual could do. No one has the pull that Trump has. Nobody. He's not even into the gaming world. He said some stupid shit about gamers in the past. I called him out on it. But he knows how to listen. And again, if the theory is true that Barron Trump, his son, is in his ear telling him about all of this stuff, I'm telling you, man, there's not a better story. There's not a better story that's ever come out of Hollywood than this story right here. The story of the Trump family and the Trump dynasty. And with Barron Trump guiding his father to save the culture and save gaming. It's amazing. It really is. And so I'm so happy. But somebody is in his ear that understands these things. And it's not just that, but it's the South Park stuff. It's the way that the administration is handling the South Park stuff. It's the way with Kristi Noem and how she reacted negatively at first. And then apparently someone talked to her and says, you've got to lean into this. You cannot play the victim. And so she fully owned it. J.D. Vance owning it. And then people beyond the administration like Charlie Kirk. This is how you win right here. And it's all because of Donald Trump. So super, super happy. And all the people that continued to say how, me being a Trump supporter and talking about it during, streams where I was talking about entertainment. Fuck you. I was right. I was right the whole time, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can cry. You can put your pronouns in your bio. You can walk around without deodorant because you smell like shit. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. But the bottom line is I was right and you were wrong and you're still retarded. And I am too, to be fair. I'm retarded too, but I'm just not as retarded as you with your pronouns in your bio. So we'll just leave it at that. Okay, where are we at here? Mark of Reality for 20 says the left brought politics into the culture, such as video games and movies. They want to pretend that their political views are somehow equivalent to reality, but it's not. Now you know why my online name is what it is. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And you're correct. You are 100% correct about that. And listen, man, there's more going on than just that. But like from a cultural standpoint, the Sydney Sweeney stuff has been blowing up. There's been a ton of coverage about that, which I've been very happy to see. And I got to say, I'm starting to have some concerns about something. So as you know, I am a big time Christopher Nolan fan. And he has a new movie coming out about in the next year, The Odyssey. And I've been a little frustrated with, the casting choices on this. And there's only two issues I have with the cast primarily. And one of them is Ellen Page or Elliot Page, whatever. But the other one is John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo might be one of the craziest people in Hollywood. And I think he flies under the radar because he's just so irrelevant. Because he's just an irrelevant person. But he is incredibly retarded, like next level. It's kind of impressive how retarded he is, to be fair. And here he is calling Dean Cain out. Here is John Leguizamo calling out Dean Cain. Now, I'll just say this. If having John Leguizamo involved with your film and Ellen Page, if that hurts Christopher Nolan's next project, I have zero sympathy for Nolan. I don't know why he decided to bring pieces of shit like this into his project. He's not known for this type of stuff. Maybe he'll keep them in check, but Leguizamo is a fucking problem, dude. Like, he really is. Here's John Leguizamo right here.
What kind of loser volunteers to be an ICE officer?
Just take the dump, John. You're clearly in the bathroom. Take the dump, go back into the other room, and then make the video, John.
What a moron. Dean Cain, your pronouns are has been.
Sick video.
Dude, Leguizamo is an idiot, dude.
Yo, John, you're doing great. That would be unhinged crustacean John Leguizamo making fun of Dean Cain for joining ICE. Who's more of a loser? Dean Cain, a sworn police officer, signing up to help immigrations and customs enforcement to make the nation a safer place? Or John Leguizamo making unhinged Instagram videos up in his face like this every day and reposting Midas Touch videos and CNN clips like DL Hughley? Bro's entire Instagram feed is an unhinged, manic episode of carefully edited clips that totally feed every leftist agenda you could possibly imagine. And I know what you're thinking. John Leguizamo, our journalistic integrity is top tier. That's why he posts videos like this.
An open letter to the president from the drummer of Motley Crue, Tommy Lee.
The open letter was not from Tommy Lee, John. Look it up. John, just because Tommy Lee reposted something doesn't mean he wrote the letter. John, this message is for anybody that knows John Leguizamo. Take this man's phone away, dog.
The only reason for these mass deportations, who the architect is Stephen Miller and makes Trump happy, is racism.
Here's the deportations for the last 5 U.S. presidents, John. The biggest one was Barack Obama. Did he deport 3 million people because he's a racist, John? Or could it maybe have been because if you don't have a border, you don't have a country, John? If a white person jumps over the border illegally and they get deported, is that racism? John! Just take the dump, John. Take the dump. Finish the dump. Shoot the video in the living room, the kitchen. But don't do it right before you're supposed to take a dump, John. For all of us, okay?
That's fantastic. So, I don't know how important Leguizamo is to the casting of the Odyssey, but I know that he was announced for it. And if people decide to not go see the Odyssey because of John Leguizamo, I fully support that. I fully support that. I don't know why. Like, what is John Leguizamo? Like, when is the last time this guy's done anything relevant? Like, when? Tu Wong Fu, maybe? Is that the most relevant thing he's ever done? Why did Nolan decide to cast this clown? You know? I mean, yeah, John Wick. Yeah. Spawn. I just remember him from Tu Wong Fu. Tu Wong Fu. The Happening. Was he in The Happening? No way. He wasn't in The Happening, was he? I really don't remember The Happening. Was he in The Happening, the Mark Wahlberg movie? That's where the air was like, wasn't The Happening about the air killing people? But we'll see what happens. I do think that I think the Odyssey is going to be a very good movie, but having Leguizamo and Ellie, whatever Page in it, massive L on Nolan's part, massive L. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, let's catch some super chats. Where are we at? Simpin on Simpcast says, come to Oklahoma for OU or a Thunder game. I might do that. Harley Dave says, Jeremy, there's a meme waiting for you. Okay, I'll check. Matt Frog says, it's literally every bank. He sells hats and has to use crypto. Talking about Fuentes, that's insane, dude. That's insane. Matt Frog says, stuff like this is exactly why I voted for Trump. Kamala would censor more, ban Rumble and alt tech. Tate was debanked too. So was Alex Jones. Yep. Eric K says, prove it that Trump is not watching right now. Well, maybe he is. Maybe Trump is watching. Sam says, I call Mayor Pete what is it? Sexich. Mr. No One with the Get the Membership. Thank you. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Trump is threatening to withhold disaster aid relief to Americans living in cities that are boycotting Israel products. How is that America first? Netflix Yahoo loves his little pet in Washington. Yes, Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. I know you hate Trump. I know Israel controlling everything. I know. I get it. I appreciate you sending me $10, though. I appreciate that. Mossad's not paying good enough, so that $10 is going to help. Marty Gray says, hail to the puss-crushing Putinit 199 and their frugal and fearless leader, General Jeremy. Holy shit. There we go. Thank you for that. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, people still wear their hat crooked like that. John, I guess so. Yeah, but the Israel support thing was debunked, Nandy says. Well, I saw that it was, I don't know if it was debunked, but I did talk about it. I know the Israel haters will be like, he never talked about it. I fucking talked about that story here on this channel when it happened. And this is why I never worry about that group, because that group is like constantly offended over things that aren't even happening. Like, you accuse me of shit that I'm literally doing. You're saying you're not, like, you never cover it. I did. I covered the story where that was done by the administration. So from my understanding of it, after they were called out for it, they removed it. I don't think it was debunked. I think that they removed it after they were called out on it. I could be wrong, but I think that that was what happened. I think it was removed, not debunked. They did respond to it. That's my understanding of it. That's correct, says Spud. Yes, that's what I think too. I think. But of course, the anti-Israel crowd will be like, no, Jeremy never talks about these things. And it's like, I literally just like, someone said that it was not true. And I'm like, actually, it was true. Yes, the Trump administration got caught on that one. Now, was it Trump himself? I don't know. But regardless, he's responsible because he's in charge. Someone in the administration put that in there. And then after the backlash, they removed it, letting you know that the complaints, they heard them. Eric K says, breaking news, NASCAR driver Connor, how do you say that? He was taken off by a stretcher after falling from his car while celebrating his first place finish. What? Really? Let's go, Brandon. See, I don't keep up with NASCAR like I used to. So, man, NASCAR used to be great. NASCAR used to be awesome. But NASCAR to me is like, it's Bubba Smollett made NASCAR unwatchable for me because they pandered to this piece of shit, this race baiting piece of shit, so much that it ruined NASCAR for me because of the Bubba Smollett bullshit. But yeah, I used to be a huge NASCAR fan back in the 90s and 2000s. That was an Earnhardt guy. And then obviously when Earnhardt died in 2001 at the Daytona 500 on the last lap of the Daytona 500, which in my entire lifetime of watching sports, the death of Dale Earnhardt is still the most surreal story I've ever witnessed in my life. Like the biggest star in the sport at the biggest race of the year, while Michael Waltrip driving a Dale Earnhardt Incorporated car was first, and Michael Waltrip had never won a race ever, 400 and something starts. His first race with Dale Earnhardt, he's first on the last lap. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is second, and Dale Earnhardt Sr. is third. And in the final turn of the final lap, while Dale Earnhardt was protecting the lead for his two cars, he got a little sideways. Sterling Marlin got into him, shot up the racetrack, hit the wall head on, killed him instantly. His seatbelt broke. His head hit the steering wheel, and he was dead on impact. We didn't know he was dead on impact because I was watching that race live. And yeah, it's the craziest story ever. And then the next week, Steve Park won in a Dale Earnhardt car. And then I think 2 weeks after that, Kevin Harvick, who took over for Dale Earnhardt, won at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in the same fashion that Earnhardt had won there the previous year. Crazy story. Then Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins at the Pepsi 400 at Daytona when they return. Crazy shit, dude. But anyway, NASCAR used to be awesome. And after Earnhardt died, I tried to become a Dale Jr. fan, and I like Dale Jr. I think he's a really likable guy, but he just wasn't my type of race car driver. So I became a Tony Stewart fan, and Tony Stewart was just like Earnhardt, and he was a killer on the track, man. Tony Stewart was a killer on the track. Fantastic Snox, some of you will get that joke. Fantastic Snox says, while Trump is saving video games, the crusty hags from Collective Shout are crying they're the new Gamergate now. Yeah, Savvy's been crushing them, man. Savvy has been crushing them, and I've been so happy watching it. Not a killer. I know that. I love Tony Stewart. Tony didn't do anything wrong. The crackhead got out of the car and did it to himself. But I just wanted to make the joke because anytime you bring up Tony Stewart, you're going to have a bunch of fucking losers be like, didn't he kill someone on the racetrack? And like, no, okay? He did not. Our boy is back. Fish Titty in the house. Let's go. This is a normie channel. Fish Titty. Let's go. How you doing, Fish Titty? Everybody welcome Fish Titty to the chat. We love Fish Titty. We respect Fish Titty. Okay. And the Good White says just saw weapons, not enough diversity, 0 out of 10. I do want to see weapons. I do want to see it. Vault 95 says CobraCast is a great way to close this busy day. Thank you so much. What fish did he just say? Hang on. Oh, Jeremy and Temple love Israel. Oh, Fish Titty. Why can't you be cool? Like, I don't care that you say I love Israel, but the fact that you think I have anything in common with Tim Pool, that's offensive, okay? That's offensive. That's really offensive. But your name is still so fucking cool, it doesn't matter how retarded you are. But thank you for being here, Fish Titty. Mark Andre says, thank you for your streams, man. You unknowingly got me through a lot of stress about and leading up to the election. You rock, brother. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Awesome, man. I just appreciate that anybody hangs out here and spend some time here in the CobraCast chat. It's awesome, and I greatly do appreciate it. Garfield's Bizarre Adventures, I still like you, Jeremy. You give no F's and talk shit. I don't mind sending super chats to you and G&G. Trump is way better than the Kamala, but he is still used by Israel. Just facts. See, this is why I like Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. He can take my shit talking and not cry about it. You're fucking awesome, man. So thank you. I appreciate it. And it's not even because you sent the money. It's just that you like just being here and understanding like how I respond and everything. But that's, to me, like, I just talk to people like I would talk to my friends in real life. You know what I mean? And if people get offended over that, then that's their fucking problem. You know, but I just respond how I would respond to my friends, because that's how I think normal people talk in the real world. You know, they just talk shit. They laugh. They have fun. They argue for a bit. And when it's all said and done, you shake hands and you walk away. You know, that's it. That's it. Grotto Rabbit says, bullshit, it's the money. If it was, I wouldn't do the gaming streams, because I make more in like 10 minutes on CobraCast than I do for a 6-hour gaming stream. So the reason I say that is because JB Spooky Review says, gaming tonight? I'm planning on it. I played a little bit of Battlefield 6, and I got to say, Battlefield 6 is really good. I mainly play Domination, because when you get on those... again, I haven't played a lot of Battlefield, so like when you get on the large scale maps, it's just sniper central, bro. Holy fuck. It's just sniper central. That's all it is. And I don't know if, like, you know what, I play with people that have played Battlefield. Maybe they can teach me the better ways of playing the large scale maps. But you know, in terms of like Domination and the smaller maps, it's I had a lot of fun with it. So Harley Day for 50 says, hail Fish Titty, get in the game. Fish Titty hates my guts, but he's such a legend because of his name. Like, the fact that Fish Titty is now like, I think the best part of it is Fish Titty has such an awesome name, but he really doesn't like me. So like, it's fucking great, dude. So thank you, Harley Dave. Because like Fish Titty's like angrily typing, trying to like make us understand that like Jeremy's a normie and he doesn't know what he's talking about, and all we're doing is laughing at his name. We're not even taking anything he says seriously. We're just laughing at his name. Like, that's fucking awesome. Slain Hope says, John Leguizamo's pronouns are never was. That is very true. Mecca Lecca says, Dean Kane replied, video with pronouns crackhead. Did he? That's awesome. Ariel says, aloha D-Day Cobra, on my way, to pull a Johnny and practice shortcuts. Don't kill me, please. I will not do that. I will not do that. Thank you, Ariel. Good to see you. Hi, this is Dustin. Says, thoughts on this year's SummerSlam? Also, why are you gay? This year's SummerSlam, man, here's the problem with me talking about current wrestling. I'm very old school. I'm just very old school, especially when it comes to professional wrestling. I do not like 2-night pay-per-views. I don't like them at all. I think that a wrestling event should be a big spectacle of one night and having the best talent on the roster in that one night. I do not like two-night events. I think two-night events has basically, it takes away from the event nature of them. So on that premise alone, it's already a problem for me. I thought night one was overall better than night two. I thought night two was highlighted by Brock Lesnar's return. But yeah, overall, man, it's just not anywhere. Like, current wrestling is bad. I don't like that they're breaking, like, kayfabe is dead. They're exposing the business too much. And it's not that I don't know that it's not I know what the wrestling business is, but I don't need to be told by the people involved that it's all, a work. I don't need to be told that. Some of the greatest, promos in history are at times where I have to watch and I have to ask myself, like, is this real? Are they really mad? Going back to CM Punk and Triple H and all the promos back in the 2010, 2011, 2012, I was really like, do Punk and Triple H hate each other? I think there's real heat here. And there was, but I didn't know that there really was at the time. But the fact that I was asking myself if there was real heat was good enough. I remember when John Cena and The Rock had their promos, and I wonder if there was real heat between those guys because they were doing it so good. But if immediately the next day I'm seeing them talk about everything and laughing and carrying on, then you're destroying the illusion that you're trying to create. So I don't like current wrestling. I just don't. It bothers me a lot. But that's just me. I know a lot of people like it. So Mark of Reality says the Rookie, Clint Eastwood. In The Rookie, Clint Eastwood, whoever put that color on that car should have their arsehole removed. Response to John Leguizamo. Sean also says, looks like Young Ripa, a character on COD now. What? Bigfoot Papa says, Ice Age is Leguizamo's most iconic role, and it's a dead franchise that the last good movie was 15 to 20 years ago or whatever. I didn't even think about him for that one, but you're right. Lapco says, only death that shocked me more than Dale's was Tom Price's 77 F1 crash, going 180 miles an hour plus, hit a marshal crossing the track, tore the guy apart live, and was hit in the head by an extinguisher he carried. Oof. Yeah, I'm not overly familiar with that one. I love I don't watch F1 anymore, but I used to watch F1 a lot. But there's been some crazy accidents in F1 for sure. Nader's Brick says, when you do that $50 Trump angry video, make sure you get your camera on your face while in the bathroom. Pyro Fusion Dancers, Jeremy, are you Jewish? Because you Israeli hot, no homo. I didn't know where you were going with that shit. No, I'm not Jewish, though. Babo Yogi says, as commander of Unit 199, I'm a German Jew that lives in East Palestine. So I'm a Jewish Yahtzee Palestinian. I'm so fucked up, or I'm so fucked. Say hi to Netflix Yahoo. Thank you, Babo Yogi. All right, we got more to talk about. I'll catch up on the rest here in a bit. There's way too much going on today. Way too much. And that's exactly how we like it, because it's Trump's America. Trump's America is pretty awesome. So right here, this is glorious, okay? I can't believe that this is real, but this is amazing. Right here, Bill Maher and Dr. Phil. This is some of the best shit you're going to see on the internet. Now, I am so glad that someone finally checked Bill Maher on this ridiculous narrative that the lefties continue to push about illegal immigrants. I'm so happy about this. This is fantastic.
But why are you going on these ICE raids? I don't understand that. You're a guy who we know for so many years who has been working to put families together, to bring families who are apart and heal them. And now you're going on raids with people who are literally separating families. Explain
well, now
that to
that's
me.
bullshit.
That's
now,
not bullshit.
Now you're, oh, no,
They're not separating.
Yeah, dude. What happened to Dr. Phil? Like, when did Dr. Phil just be like, Fuck you. Now, again, let's be clear. This would not be happening if Trump was not the president of the United States. Understand that. None of this is happening. Sydney Sweeney stuff is not happening. Dr. Phil calling Bill Maher out to his face isn't happening. None of this is happening without Trump being president. But Dr. Phil calling him out is absolutely beautiful.
Who are apart and heal them. And now you're going on raids with people who are literally separating families. Explain
Well, now
that to
that's
me.
bullshit.
That's
That-
not bullshit.
Now you're, oh, no,
They're not separating families?
No. Look, if you arrest somebody that's a citizen that has committed a crime or is DUI with a child in the back seat, do you think they don't separate that family right then, right there?
But that's not what's going on.
Of course they do.
Of
But
course,
what you're talking about, I was hearing you in your monologue saying you've got these ICE agents with mask on.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you why they have their mask on, because we actually have legislators who passed laws
Yes.
about immigration and funded those laws to be executed. They actually pay these agents to go out and do this, and now they're doxing them. They're putting their name, their
wrong.
pictures, their addresses of.
Listen to Bill fucking Maher. Yes, that's wrong. Where's your passion for that, Bill Maher? So you're passionate about illegal immigrants, but you're not passionate about ICE officers being doxxed and their families being harassed. This is the problem with the left. You're always sympathetic to fucking criminals, but you don't care about Americans. Did you hear how he responded to that? Well, that's wrong. Well, where's your big fucking monologue about that? Where are you going on a passionate rant about that? No, you're worried about a bunch of fucking illegal immigrants.
Executed. We actually have legislators who passed laws about immigration and funded those laws to be executed. They actually pay these agents to go out and do this, and now they're doxing them. They're putting their name, their
wrong.
pictures, their addresses of their families on the internet. They're putting them on telephone poles. So, of course, they're wearing masks so they don't get outed, so people can do violence against their families. The negative actions against ICE agents are up 1,000% in the last several months. 130% violence against them. And why them? They didn't make the laws. They didn't make that law. What are you expecting to do? Just not do their job? If you don't like the law, change it. I don't like that law at all. Change the law.
Why?
If you don't like it, where are you going?
Because that is the law.
Why doesn't he like the law? What's wrong with the law? What's wrong with the law? Let's listen to this one more time.
1,000% in the last several months. 130% violence against them. And why them? They didn't make the laws. They didn't make that law. What are you expecting to do? Just not do their job? If you don't like the law, change it. I don't like that law at all. Change the law.
If you don't like it, where are you going?
Because that is the law.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not trying to.
What I'm going on, I've looked at
But I
these
don't like
files.
hunting. I don't go out with hunters, you know.
But they've got 12. No, wait a minute. They've got the ICE raids I've been on. I've seen the files. They've got a rap sheet, 12, 14 different cases long of child predators that they're taking off the street. These are the worst first that they're taking.
Why are they clapping? It's Bill Maher's audience. That's why they're clapping. It's Bill Maher's audience.
Off the streets. Who would want them back in their community?
We all agree with that.
Dr. Phil. That was
no.
Hold on.
Hang on. Answer the question. Who wants those people back in there? These
No one.
are violent criminals.
I keep answering your questions, and you keep saying I'm not answering your questions. Nobody wants that. But we all didn't want violent criminals and gangs, but that pivoted to going to Home Depot. You know, when Trump came down the first time from the escalator, he said, you know, the rapists and the criminals and some, I assume, are good people. The one standing in front of Home Depot just looking for an honest day's work.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. See, you're continuing to sit there and act like they're just innocent. They're fucking illegal immigrants. They're illegal immigrants. Get them gone. All of them. And again, it goes back to like the argument of like, well, we're just banning this one gun, but all the other guns are fine. Oh, well, we're just banning this video game, but all the other video games are fine. We know exactly what that means. So it's like, well, we're getting rid of the violent criminals. No. Get rid of all of the criminals. If you're an illegal immigrant in this country, get the fuck out. It's that simple. All of them. Every single one of them. No mercy. Cobra Kai that shit. Get them gone. That's what I voted for.
Work for an honest day pay. Those are the good people, I assume. But what?
Yeah, so I'm glad that, you know, Dr. Phil checked him on that, because I'm so tired of the separating of families bullshit. Because that is the left's mindset where, you know, it's going to get to a point where they're going to be like, well, we know that this guy killed someone, but we can't separate him from his family. Like, it's going to get to that point, you know, with the left constantly moving that conversation. And you could say, well, that's an extreme situation. You know what? Did you see the last 4 years with the Biden administration? Don't tell me that anything is too extreme to believe at this point. The shit that we saw from the Biden administration, the things that they embraced, the types of shit that they did, don't ever tell me that being paranoid about what the left can and will do is ridiculous. Not even close. We watched them do this over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm glad Dr. Phil did it, but then he has to backpedal, and then Bill Maher tries his little gotcha or whatever. Well, then why are you going? And it's just, that's that leftist mentality. Like, well, why are you going if you disagree? But yeah, Fish Titty says, I don't hate Jeremy. Wouldn't watch if I did. Okay, well, that's fair enough. Well, you still have an awesome name. So there you go. I had to highlight that. I had to get, we had to give Fish Titty credit. Okay. Had to give him credit. Battlefield, Vault 95 says Battlefield 6 or Fortnite tonight. Probably Battlefield 6. I don't know. I got to talk to the boys and see what the plan is. But Battlefield 6 is a lot of fun. Zinny Biscuit says, I have several newspapers and a special edition magazine from when Earnhardt died. Crazy to go through that stuff 20 years later. I can't believe it's been 20 years since Earnhardt died, or whatever. What is it? 2001, right? So it's been over 20, it's almost 25 years now. God, it's been almost 25 years since Earnhardt died. Where does the time go? Time flies, man. Jeez. February 2001. That is crazy. I can't even comprehend it. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with the gift of membership. Thank you. Sean Living Life says, we love Fish Titty. What a timeline we're on. Nader's Brick says, Jeremy will love Israel about the same time he'll find true love outside of his family. Tommy says, Jeremy reimburses all super chats. Try it. Fun with Collect. He says, Dean Cain for security and defense. Thank you. Sipping on Simpcast says, check out Cartier family reacts to Black Pastor. I think I saw that in my timeline because I'm subscribed to him. So Nagranal says, Kanye likes fish sticks. Jeremy likes Fish Titty. Not a gay fish confirmed. Still a gay human. Jester for says, Brandon Herrera is running for Congress. LFG. Absolutely. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. My guess is, bros, Battlefield 6 is amazing. Guess why? It's a modern Battlefield game, not some woke bullshit like Girl Boss Fantasy, Battlefield World War II, or 2042. I highly recommend to all units of the 199. I only have one negative, okay? I only have one negative so far, and I've only played maybe like a handful of matches of domination and like a couple of the large-scale maps. I only have one negative. And you could say it's a nitpick, and that's fine. And it's nothing to do with the gameplay or anything like that. I don't like hearing women soldiers on the battlefield in the front lines of war. I don't like hearing it. And there are female characters. And I'm like, why do I hear women screaming in the middle of a fucking war? Just saying, man. I'm just saying. I got these women soldiers in the front line and they're yelling, and I'm like, this isn't a kitchen. Why do I hear you yelling? But The game is very good. Very good. Let's see here. Where am I at? Babo Yogi says, do fish titties produce milk like bulls do? Tobias. Darren Murphy says, Jeremy, did you see the video of Patrick Beverly finding out Karl Malone got a 13-year-old pregnant? The son was drafted into the NFL. I didn't see that video. The Karl Malone story, that's a pretty crazy story. But I haven't seen that video. Lapco says, how much do you charge for happy endings? I hear you're a massage agent. What's up, Alan? I see you in the chat. Lord Slug, the mastermind, says, at this point, I don't see the left as liberals. At this point, they come off as progressive mass with totalitarianism. Or totalitarian, communist and socialist, the ingredients of self-indulgence and self-destruction. You're actually right about that. You are actually right about that. Let's see. Sola Felix says, so Bill Maher was fine with 300,000 missing children. Apparently. Mike S says, Battlefield 6 is awesome because it's Battlefield. But there are female soldiers like Tulsi Gabbard. Well, if they all look like Tulsi, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Force Geek says, they're not wrong. The Pastor James Manning video is priceless and worth every second. Please watch. Oh, you know what? Let me pull it up. Let's watch it now. Let me see. Cartier family. I watch these guys a lot. So, okay, right here. All right. These guys are great. Here we go. Okay. Black pastor has black fatigue unleashes on his community. I have not seen this one. Okay. Not seen. This is the Cartier family. They're great. I've been subscribed to them for a long time. So let's see what they got to say here.
I understand. We need to move beyond color. I'm not about that, but y'all raised it. If you start it, I'll end it for you. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But we got a problem. Black people got a problem. Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. And it's a God problem. When black people see the world, I don't care. You can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you. There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen, you listen.
Damn. That's crazy.
We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone, all of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation.
That's crazy.
They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He
don't understand the world. He don't care if he understands medicine.
Wow.
Astrology.
So what is she writing down?
I don't
She's
know,
back there
bro.
writing
So
something.
I'm really like the old people in the back is funny too. Oh my god!
Well, both
bro.
of them behind them writing stuff down.
They just sitting there like, man, they just sitting there like that's
taking
what's
notes.
crazy. Like,
This is crazy.
Oh my god.
oh my goodness, bro.
I wonder what the crowd look like.
Oh man, me too, bro. It just, oh man. I'm not gonna lie, guys. We were arguing about this a long time after our first Nick Fuentes video. We was arguing about this probably for hours about black people and black nations and a lot of stuff. And people were saying I was wrong for my comments, but I wanted people to prove me wrong. Basically, what nation or what can we say that we have built community-wise to prove this point from being wrong? That's why I can't. It's just funny because I'm just laughing off the truth he's saying, brother. Because they brought us over here into these, well, okay, tax dollars built these communities and they just gone into shits, bro. So it's just hard to argue this shit, man. But this shit's funny,
He's going pretty hard.
He's going hard as hell, bro.
Yeah.
But
I'm
hey,
going to let him finish.
Yeah, this shit's so funny, bro.
I want to collect my thoughts.
No, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord. People, we got to talk to God. And black women.
Oh, no.
Shirley Chisholm. Oh, no. Harriet Tubman. Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman? What's wrong with you black women voting for Barack? Don't you understand? It should have been a black room if you're gonna have a black president. What's wrong with you? Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like the dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills at home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet. And you talk about, look at our pastor. What's wrong with y'all women? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And what's wrong with a black man that would take that kind of money out of a poor neighborhood and buy himself a private jet? What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Hey, I've never heard a pastor go this hard
in church.
Bro.
He said, what's wrong with you?
Bro, this is not real.
Hey, this is
bro.
crazy.
This dude's in New York, bro. He's crazy.
I think he in Harlem, bro.
He is crazy.
He is
oh
upset.
my God.
You know he's running for mayor right now.
He has some stuff on his chest.
He is running for mayor right now.
He has some stuff on his chest he had to get
Oh
off.
my God, bro.
You've been pissed for too long.
Wow.
I want to address the rumors. I've seen the accusations. People are saying that this is Ryan Kinnell dressed up as the pastor. I cannot confirm nor deny that, okay? I cannot confirm nor deny that if it is Ryan or not. So I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way really quick.
Buy himself a private jet. What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Oh, wow.
Black people, let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. Let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no sense. You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything.
Wow.
The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
Dang, wow.
Dude, it's crazy.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Nah, bro.
He
This
was
dude's
pissed.
crazy, bro.
He had a lot to say.
I can't believe what I just watched, actually, though.
You know what
That
this
was a
remind
crazy
me of?
video. He said they should have never gave South Africa to Nelson Mandela. Black people didn't build nothing. No statues, no monuments. Your mind don't work, brother. You don't understand the world. You don't understand the world. No matter if you know about medicine. You don't understand the world, nigga. We never built nothing. Damn, I built some Lego. Damn,
bro. That is bad, bro.
yeah, he was going pretty hard.
This shit is bad, man.
That's really good, man. I appreciate you guys recommending that one. I see you, Gary. What's up, Gary? And Laughing Man with 50 more gifted memberships. That is 100 in total from Laughing Man. Chat, make sure you thank him. And, of course, Anna Paulina Luna time with 50 gifted memberships. There it is. You guys must be a fan of Anna Paulina Luna. Okay? You must be a fan. I know I am. And apparently, you guys are as well. But look, man, I got to disagree with that pastor a little bit, okay? I got to disagree with the pastor a little bit. All right? He says, black people don't understand the world. I got a friend who will disagree with you on that. Pastor, I got a friend who will disagree with you on that. Let me introduce you to my friend really quick right here. I disagree.
Studio this morning, one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good
having
morning.
me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What shows that I'm gay?
You are a transgender, and you're a gay rights activist and an outspoken lesbian, homosexual. How can I describe you? Now we're looking at the raging debate. You're a gay rights activist. Why should someone be gay? You're having a girlfriend.
Yes.
Do you perform the natural obligations?
I'm not sexually active right now.
So what are
By
you doing with
choice.
this lady?
By choice.
By choice.
I've just not. I've chosen not to engage.
Doesn't that make you gay?
What do you mean? Doesn't that make me gay? I am male and attracted to a female.
So who is gay?
I'm gay.
Now, it got even better, though, when he brought another person into it. And I don't know if people have seen this part of this one, okay? But this is where it gets even better right here. This is where it gets cooking.
When I agreed to come to this show, I spoke to you.
I'm sorry, it's just
He cannot just storm in. So if he storms in, I storm out. Thanks for your time. I cannot go on with this debate
Before you
anymore.
go, do you recognize these things?
Pepe, I'm sorry. Can you give me a minute?
Pepe, do you recognize some of these things here? These are some of the things they use. I want to give you evidence. You see,
Pastor, aren't you being too harsh?
No.
Why for once can't you relax and then think about the pain they go through as society ostracizes them?
Kansoke nkubulire lwaki adduse. Njagala olabe ebintu bino, obiraba bino. Ebintu bino ze karoti ze bakozesa. Okiwulira? Bakozesa karoti zino ne beefu oyo omuwala gw'olabye alowooza nti musajja. She thinks she's a man. But she does not have the equipment to be a man. So what do? To be able to try and penetrate the other person, they use carrots, bakozesa carrot. Ochirab, bakozesa amatoke.
I think you're being a little
no. Bakozesa mbogoya. Bakozesa bino bichukamba. Nze mbadde mulago. I am a counselor. For many years I counsel people like her. When I counsel them, I discovered that they have problems. Some of the problems is when you use something like this. So when you use something like this and you put it inside you, you rip your urinary tract areas. When they put it inside there behind, but
this is a disorder, right? If it's a disorder,
yes.
Do you feel you're handling it the right way?
Yes.
Or you're being too aggressive, too harsh on them?
No. You see, first of all, we have the good Bible that tells us, even the Quran tells us that this is an evil. Tukimanyi nti ekintu kino kikyamu. Bible yakiyita kibi. Era netubuulira nti mu mulembe ogujja waliwo abagenda okuvaayo ng'ate beekuba ki beepika ate nga beeteekamu ki amaanyi. Kati omuwala omanyi ssente z'alina. Omuwala oyo alina ssente empya n'enkadde.
Don't we all, Harley? Don't we all?
Bali mu kunywa emyenge, bali mu kulya, bali mu pate, tebakoowa. Nze kambabuulire ate kira tuyira n'olugendo mu Luganda ewaffe. Nze ndi musajja Muganda. Nti ow'ebbango bw'otamuwemukira teweebikka.
Here we go.
Nti olaba ekyana, olaba omuwala omulungi.
I'm glad Pepe is back.
I'm glad she has got.
Can you shake hands before we proceed?
Of course. How are you, Pepe? Nsaba mukama amaanyi go gayingira omwana wa phone.
Pastor, no. Pastor, let's maintain civility on the show. Let's maintain civility. Let's maintain civility. Pastor Semper argues that these are the instruments you use.
These are vegetables.
Yes.
I eat this on my plate.
You eat them on your plate.
Yes.
You don't use them when you're having carnal knowledge.
Absolutely no. And Semper should stop misinforming the public.
Kachona Rimba. Me, I'm a counselor. I've counseled many of these. First of all, they start in secondary school.
Why don't you start with counseling other than being confrontational to this young man?
This one is an evangelist. This is a missionary of Sodom. Ono muminsani. Owulira ono muminsani yakulembera ekibondo kyabwe. Era gamba Uganda Africa Sodom Association ono yakikulembera. Balina budget ya million ya namunya eza $. Amasuti olowooza gano ga sente agajja mu wino.
Can you justify that? Just a second. Can you justify? Let me give him a chance to respond. Pepe.
Just translate what
Pepe,
stuff is saying.
You are paid heavily to promote homosexuality in Uganda. What's your reaction?
It is not true. He claims I have a lot of money, I'm wearing fancy clothes and all that stuff. I do not even earn the amount of money he thinks. I do not even earn $100 a month or even annually. I do not make the money that he thinks that we make. I'm talking.
Just a second.
Talking about promotion of homosexuality, recruitment, and all those things. They do not exist. It's just the pastors and his group, their propaganda. To stop debate like this.
Yes. Do you believe that there's been sexual abuse in this country, propagated by yourselves as human rights promoters? This guy does human rights promoters.
Just ask the question again.
Do you believe that there's been sexual abuse, actually sodomy, unleashed towards kids, towards underage children, and towards the vulnerable?
Propagated by my work.
Yes.
There is no such thing.
So
There is
what's
no
your
such
work?
thing.
What's your work? What does your work entail?
It entails advocacy around sexual orientation and gender identity. And this includes making sure
What
that
is our
people
education?
that,
First
that,
ask-
that,
Just the bottom line is sexual identity is a made up thing made up by mentally ill people. When your sexual identity is your identity, you are mentally ill. Now, again, I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home or your bedroom. I really don't care. A lot of people do a lot of fucked up shit, and that's their business. The moment that you make your sexuality, your persona, what you're to be known for, you're showing that you have a mental illness. No one cares. And regardless of we operate in a world of statistics. That's just how things operate. So while you can probably point to, well, Jeremy, not all of the LGBT crowd is fucked up, and I would agree, fine. You know, there's probably, people out there that aren't that fucked up, but the majority of them that are out there won't shut the fuck up about their identity. They want to have parades on the street where they are naked in front of children. They want to tell you who they are. They wear their fucking gay flag everywhere. They have to tell you, like, this is who I am. And when you start doing that, you are showing the world that you have a mental fucking illness. So the majority of the people involved with that aspect of the world and the community are fucked up and weird. And we judge them harshly for that.
That people access health services, they access education, they access, like
somebody in the chat said, Scott Pressler is a good one. Listen, I like all the work Scott Pressler does. A lot of his personality seems performative to me. It just does. Like, normal men just don't act like that. They don't priss around like that. They don't flaunt like that. They don't walk like that. It seems performative. He's doing great work, okay? He's done amazing stuff. I got nothing against him, but it seems very performative the way he acts.
Like the so-called normal Ugandans, we advocate for every person to be treated the same. Not because I am a transgender person, you treat me differently. We're all Ugandans and we are protected
Do you
by
need counseling?
the Constitution. I do not need
Okay,
counseling.
Sebo, let me help you, sir.
I do not need
I'm glad she's talking about for everyone. No, it's a she. You see, this one is a banana.
Don't abuse someone's
There's
sex.
I know her.
This gentleman is a
No,
transgender.
she's a female. There are no two. It is either male or female. Let me first tell you, sodomy is about confusion. Now, I want to bring you to speed. This person is confused and she's exporting her confusion. She's a woman, but she's thinking, excuse me, Phil, I've given you a chance. You see, a banana is different from a cucumber. A carrot is different from a banana. I want you to understand. You cannot equate. No, these are not equal. So for you to say we are advocating for everyone's right, when you are a sodomite, you are committing a crime. And a crime that makes you social, excuse me.
They have a right.
No. You have a social obligation. This is a truth. You have a social obligation when you commit a crime. If you knock someone, you commit a crime. So for you to come and say, we want to advocate for anyone's right, criminals and innocent people, they are not the same. Men and women are not the same.
Now, Pastor,
so
have you been affected by what they do?
Of course.
How?
I am at Makerere. These people have begun several organizations. First of all, the Americans and the Europeans are putting a lot of money in the faculty of law to train people like this one in how to come and speak. Now she's going to go back and ask for money. Again, I follow you ardently on your Facebook. I follow you ardently. So I'm not uninformed. This one is part of sexual minorities, Uganda. part of their groups when they get pregnant.
This dude is awesome, dude. This guy's got his shit together. He doesn't care. Like, he is a badass. He has got his shit together, and he walked in there with a purpose. Freaking love it. Look, and like when people, like, I don't care about people getting offended over things. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I talk to people in a way where it's like, if you get offended over anything I say, that's your problem, not my problem. So if there are, you know, gay people that are watching this stream, or if there are people that are following the channel or follow Geeks and Gamers, like, I expect that they are people that can deal with the obvious criticisms that go along with the community, the LGBT plus QIA, whatever fucking letters are added to it or whatever. You know, I talk about, like, getting offended is for the weak. So, like, self-awareness is one of the most important qualities a human being can have. So, like, I'm an Alabama football fan. All right. People generally that have interactions with Alabama football fans walk away with a negative perception of Alabama fans because Alabama fans are obnoxious as fuck. Am I supposed to be offended because people say Alabama fans are obnoxious? No, Alabama fans are obnoxious. They are. Especially when Saban was there. Like, obnoxious as fuck. So am I going to go, I can't believe that you're saying what the truth is? The truth is Alabama fans are fucking obnoxious. They just are. Just like Eagles fans are obnoxious. Just like Cowboy fans are obnoxious. That is what the fan base created by their own behavior. So people are reacting to the perception of the behavior. You might not be part of what that perception is, but that still doesn't change that that's the perception. And the LGBTQ plus community are a bunch of fucked up weirdos based on the perception that the majority of them on the public eye have created. That's the truth. If you don't like it, get your community in line. But they're all fucked up and weird.
They chase them away. I've been counseling about 5 girls who, because when the lesbians get pregnant, then they come and tell me what is going on. Their life is full of misery. Party, party, party after party. She can never have children.
You love what you do, don't you?
I absolutely love my work, yes.
Of course.
And you're protected by the Constitution.
Yes, I am protected by the Constitution.
Where's the constitutional provision that promotes homosexuality in this country?
I told you it's not homosexuality.
What is
I
it?
do human rights.
No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
You ask sodomy, she said human rights. We said sodomy, she said gay.
We have watched this on this channel before a long time ago, just so you guys are aware.
We asked Ebisiaga, she said sexual minorities. Confusion of the highest order. So what they do is they cover Bapakirechi, the baptismal name for that word is sodomy. But they are giving themselves a new name. Sexual minorities.
You know, human rights. You confuse sexual.
Yes.
You're meant to heal these people.
Yes.
Not to confront them, aren't you?
No. The Bible says open rebuke is better than secret love. This girl needs to be told she's a girl. No, this young girl needs to be told she's a woman, not a man. The longer you continue on addressing her as sa. Now otandika okulimbibwa uno mwana muwala. Era singa manyine n'ab'ekika kye. What tribe are you, by the way? Olaba tamanyi na ggwanga lye. What clan are you? Tachimanyi asirise. Do you have fathers and grandfathers?
Of course he does.
Tachimanyi tagana kiddamu kimuswaza. What is your tribal name?
What's
Yes, in the black people, we have ancestors and descendants. They living today, provide grandchildren for our ancestors. This young woman is denying her members of the family a chance to have children. In Africa, that is so bad.
Pastor, if he's not come to your son or daughter, why don't you let them be?
No, you see, in Africa, we don't go with what I do is what I feel. I am because I am. In Africa, I am because we are. We are a community. We always ask, oyo mwana wani. Kadi mubuziza, oli mwana wani. Kimulemi okuddamu.
You are recently
mubuziza ono mwana wani. Kadi ekyo saga nakyogerako. Olw'ensonga lwaki onatuula wa n'abeera ng'ayogera ebisiyaga ne batamukwata ssente etambula wansi ne waggulu bayina Obama bayina David Cameron bayina abazungu bonna abebuli ono bamuwa ekirabo kyo Clinton awarded Clinton bali awo beegabire ssente n'ebirawo byotala ono ayina visa agenda America lwa bisiyaga sinti ayina kyakoze ekyamaanyi wabula kola ki kulya bisiyaga ono bamuwa she's being given a minorities. What is minorities? Please, I want don't you see now we bakubuzaabuziza omutwe no minorities they are trying to say majorities and minorities. You cannot equate a carrot with a banana. And I want this young woman to explain to you.
Let's give him a chance.
What does she use for sex? What do they use for sex? What do you use? What do you use for sex? As a man,
Stop insulting my food.
You see, they don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Pepe, why don't you respect yourself?
How do you?
Can you become for now? Can you become? And let him respond.
Okay, I'll put these ones here. I'll put these ones here to see if she will answer.
Pepe, you hear the sense of rage that's coming in
that
from
is Africa.
And several other Africans who believe that their culture is being eroded by your human rights advocacy.
Hail Harley Davidson.
It is not being eroded. I told you earlier, we are generally a tolerant society. And when I see people like Martin Semper, so disrespectful, so outraged, so, he's outraged. I am so disappointed that someone like this is
Pastor, he gave you a chance to speak.
You see,
okay, go ahead.
So to have people like this lead our society, mislead our society,
this
is really appalling.
Get over it.
My family
this
supports
is not
me.
San Francisco.
This is Uganda. And let me tell you, Semper, I am not going anywhere.
Have you looked at Chris Mubiru's footage?
I have seen the red paper stuff, yes.
You've discussed it.
How did you feel? How did you feel?
I know how you.
I was outraged.
You're outraged.
You said,
why were you outraged?
Me?
Yes.
I choose not to go.
Can I pull up your Facebook?
Please do, please do, because you are lying to the entire country.
Let me bring it up.
You are lying to the entire country, Semper. You might be so vocal.
Came out,
you might be so vocal.
Julia Pepe Onzima.
And that's not
okay,
and those are not the things that I use to do that. I was outraged.
Was to discuss the pros and cons of this kind of advocacy. Today, rather recently, we had President Museveni saying that these people can go on for as long as they do not recruit or promote. What do you make of the president?
You see, the president is being pressurized. Me, for 3 years, they have opened court cases against me. They have spoken evil against me. They have
we do not have a court case against
They
you,
threaten death.
We
I've
don't.
received death threats. Americans want to bomb me. When you are alone, they harass you. So President Museveni has been harassed for 3 years. You remember when they had a wedding in Wandegea? What did he say? We will shoot, we will arrest them, we will shoot them. They began pampering him and campaigning him. 2-3 years later, when this bill came up, when they harassed, they said, go slow. All the NRM said, no, Mr. President.
But we have an existing legal framework in this country.
Wait. Now, he goes, you see Mama and Babas, he goes to Italy, okay? Rebecca Kadaga goes to Canada.
I can't stop watching. Like, I've seen it before and I still can't stop watching. It's so great. It's so entertaining. And you don't get this type of authenticity anywhere. Like, this is just great shit right here. This is perfect.
When they come back, Rebecca said, no, we neither retreat, we no surrender. But Mama Baba said, government will not support it. You see what is happening? They are pressurizing individuals. But you see, we have clans. We have 5,000 years of known history. In all my history, I have never had in my clan, Nzendi Wanchima. Tuyina mateka agatuvuga. Tumala gagama mu human rights. Mubuziza jajjawe yani. Tasobola muddamu kuba kimuswaza.
I'm not ashamed of where I come from.
You can't even answer it. I'm
not ashamed of where I come from.
okiwulira ali mu luzunguzungu nze kankubulire muganda wange.
Do you have gadgets that you use during intercourse? Okay. Do your colleagues have gadgets they use during intercourse?
I don't know. That's their private life. I do not know.
When you saw Chris Mubiru sodomizing, did you feel that's normal for a man to have intercourse with a fellow man?
I did not see Chris Mubiru sodomizing. I saw pictures in the red paper of allegations of him sodomizing a minor. And I told you earlier, I am totally against abuse of children.
We have videos, but they are rather gothic. I wouldn't show them on TV. They are horrible.
Of the person's sex. I am against child molestation, any kind of exploitation.
What if there were two adults? What if there were two adults?
That is what they do in their privacy.
That's okay. Is that okay?
For me, what happens between two adults behind their closed doors is none of my business.
So in your advocacy, what exactly do you do?
You've asked that like 3 times.
Yes. And I need to hear this again.
Can the pastor shut up while I say this?
Yes.
Because he's been interrupting and probably you did not
He's
get
quiet.
it.
Pastor is quiet. Pastor, will you be quiet?
I am
so
afraid.
what will you do? Rather, what do you do in your advocacy work?
I told you, we talk about the advocacy is on the rights of human beings, regardless of their sexual orientation and gender identity. We have reports of people who have been molested within their own homes, by their own parents, by their own family members, because they're different. So those kinds of rights are the rights that we protect, that when you're in your home, you deserve that family affection and protection from your family. And the law also protects against defilement, against rape, against all these violations that are there. That is what we work towards, seeing that every person is equal in front.
How come society is not compassionate towards you?
Well, because there are people like Martin Semper who keep preaching this, and you give them a lot of platforms to keep promoting
She spent
their
1 hour
agenda.
here. I want to bring this issue. I'm surprised Julie does not get on her knees and repent to the whole public on behalf of their member, Chris Mubiru.
Is Mubiru part of you?
I do not know his orientation. I told you earlier.
You see, they are denying.
Have you conducted a census to know who belongs to you and who doesn't?
But are you repeating these questions for the benefit
You see, it
of
is
the
embarrassing.
pastor or what?
Please, it is embarrassing.
Because I answered all these things long time ago.
Let me answer.
I
Let me
did.
tell you. You see what is happening? These people come here and they tell us that what they do is something that is normal. Okay? They try to equate heterosexuality with homosexuality as if it's vanilla and ice cream of chocolate. They are not. I want to tell you that using a gadget, which is why she's afraid. Most of you see, she said, you see, these are facts. They want to discuss it in words. But I want you to know, what is your level of education, by the way?
I'm not answering this.
Okay, you see, she doesn't know. Let me tell you the concept of ontology and epistemology. Epistemology is the science of knowing about something. Ontology is the science of knowing something. When you discuss sodomy, in its ontological reality, is the whatness. What is the substance? And when you advocate for something, you have to know what it is before you promote it. Now, people need to know ekisiyaga kyeki, because abantu baffe tebamanyi naki bakozesa lupanka. Ekisiyaga kye twogerako ye musajja. Excuse me, let me finish. Ekisiyaga, no, you see, whenever I go there, she gets uncomfortable.
I'm not uncomfortable. I am not uncomfortable.
This is why.
I invited Mr. Onzima.
For you, me, I'm a counselor. I know shit. Let me come. I want to tell you what homosexuals do. She doesn't want to talk about the privacy of their bedroom, where HIV spreads. You know that 70% of all homosexuals
but even heterosexuals have HIV.
No, listen. 70% of all the homosexual men in sub-Saharan Africa, research by the Lancet magazine 2 years ago shows that they have 60 to 70% HIV, and normal heterosexual men are about 7%. When you're homosexual, you have more chance of experiencing death from HIV than a normal person. Why? When you take a man, this is a man's genital, and you insert them into the intestine, Okay, they put their genitals into the excretory system. This excretory system is not designed to receive. It is only for exit. Kino ekyenda bwe bakikulusanya ne kiyulika ne kitirika omusaayi ne kiryoka kitambuza obulwadde. That is for men. For women, what they do is they begin their sexual acts because she does not have the equipment. They begin to use their lips. So the mouth is used to lick the other person. That's number one. It created orogonorrhea. Many lesbians have orogonorrheas, orosyphilis. Number two, because they don't have the equipment, they begin to use gadgets like bananas. They use carrots. They use bananas. They use cucumbers and other metallized ones. And they put them inside themselves. Because they are not normal. Bitandika okuyuza n'abaana zaabwe. Kati ono otandika okulaba. Batandika okumira n'empeke. But let me first finish. In Mulago today, I have been in Mulago for the last 4 weeks. Yeah,
but he's a transgender for 6 years and he's not had any effect.
People like her being patched up. Baba tunge mabega. Baba tunga bunda. Baba salamu nabana.
I wish you
ono yayina amabere. Muliriza. No, they don't want to enter into the wino. Kankujireyo bwino. Bamire empeke. Kati ono amire empeke. Empeke zinestandiko munyiganyiga. Owulira. Empeke ezirimu obusajja testosterone. Okiwulira. That is why you begin to see someone begins to change. Mwana muwala na ya akyuka. Amabere bagasalako. Owulira ne bakatono bw'omukebera oyinza okusanga yayina amabere ne bagenda South Africa ne bagenda wa ne bagasalako. They cut off their breasts to look like. Then you see a girl who looks like, dressed like a man, and it confuses you. For Europeans, ekyo kye bakubira engalo. I want you to know
why do Europeans condone it and we condemn it in Africa?
Because you see, for us it is a human vice. For them they are calling it a human right. Okiwulira fe waffe kibi. It's a human vice. For them, it's a human right. They call it a human right defender. Yesterday, the European Union ambassador to African Union donated 1.8 million European euros for these ones. Every day, Baba was saying, finally, I want to tell you, in Buganda, the first man and woman is called Nambi Nechintu. What did that?
Pastor, before you go there, you made
Nambi and Chintu was a homosexual.
You've made several allegations.
That is why for Europeans,
Pepe, you have the platform. Pepe, you have the platform. Without being interrupted by Pastor, medically, does being gay have any adverse effects?
Every sexual contact, if you expose yourself, if you risk yourself, be it heterosexual or homosexual, there will definitely be a risk that you've exposed yourself to. It's not limited to homosexuals. That cuts across. He's been claiming, making claims and allegations about HIV/AIDS spreading. How it's mostly among homosexuals. It's not true.
It's a gay disease. Get over it.
It's not true, Senpai. You know that.
Pastor, relax. Pastor, relax.
It's not true.
Yes.
It's just, actually, it's your ignorance.
No,
it's limited. I'm not going to talk about
you
statistics.
don't know.
I know.
When you don't have data,
I am not going to go
quiet.
back and forth.
But when we have data, let us talk.
Now, the final question. The final question. Pepe, how do you want society to perceive you?
As a human being, as a person who is part of this society,
but society has rejected you.
It has not rejected me. It is the propaganda of the likes of Sempa.
What is your clan?
My family loves me as I am.
What is your clan?
Actually, even right now,
what is your tribe?
Would your parents?
I choose not to tell you.
Onzima, would your parents? Onzima, no. Pastor, hold it, please. Pastor, or rather, Pepe.
I cannot believe you put me on a show with a hooligan.
Pepe, would your parents attend a wedding where you are with a person of the same sex?
A person I love, a person who cares about me, yes.
How
as I am here,
feel?
let me tell you, Simon, as I am here, my family supports me.
Supports
me, so I am here.
Are they supporting a disorder?
I have a name.
What is the tribe?
I refuse to tell you.
Okay, Pastor, this anti-gay activism.
No, me, I'm not an anti-gay. Me, I'm anti-sodomy. Nagano kulimbibwa. Gay is being happy. Me, I'm gay. I'm happy. But this is the confusion. They say to be a sodomite is to be happy. No, me I'm anti-sodomy. And
I'm anti-sexual violence.
Which is
there when it comes to violence. We're on the same page.
Why don't you fight for heteros as well?
What do you mean?
Heterosexuals.
What do you mean? Fight for heterosexuals.
What
do you mean fighting for
their
heterosexuals?
rights? Yeah, for their rights.
They are so. I am a human rights defender.
What
I'm
is
not
that?
limited.
Sodomy
I am not
defender.
limited.
You
I
are
am
an
not
activist
limited.
for LGBTI.
I am an
Lesbians, gays,
bisexuals,
transgender, and intersexuals.
This is fucking amazing. Every time I watch it, like the way that he said it, how slowly he said it, it was so great.
I am not limited.
You
I
are
am
an
not
activist
limited.
for LGBTI.
I am an
Lesbians,
activist.
gays,
Bisexual,
transgender, and intersexuals.
Let me tell you something.
Where's the H?
Oh, he just fucking annihilated the argument. That is just too good. We have to listen to it one more time.
So I am a human rights defender.
What
I'm
is
not
that?
limited.
Sodomy
I am not
defender.
limited.
You
I
are
am
an
not
activist
limited.
for LGBTI.
I am an
Lesbians,
activist.
gays,
Bisexual,
transgender, and intersexuals.
Let me tell you something.
Where's the H?
Human rights. I told you earlier. I am a human rights activist. For this group, they are different people who work on different things. Like he does something different, you know. I do something different. You see. So it's a human right for human beings to coexist with each other.
Do you have hope that someday society will get to appreciate you?
Absolutely. I'm very optimistic.
No, but
I am very optimistic.
Finally, yes.
I'm very optimistic.
One, we are dealing with a girl who thinks she's a boy. That is number one. Symptom number one of gender identity disorder. If you parents are there and you have a girl who thinks she's a boy, okay, that is a sickness. You need to guide them and bring them for counseling. Number two, I'll give you my phone number
100%.
at the end. 0772 64 10 28. Number two, she does not have a tribe. What is it? So there is a lack of pride in who she is. An African by nature realizes that we have a history. We began with Chintu and Nambi. By the grace of God, we have reached here. And we who are living at the bridge between the past and the future, we must bear children. Kati ono omwana tamanyi gwanga lye.
By choice.
No.
It's by choice that someone should have a child.
No, let me tell you, kankikubuulire. Wuliriza. No, ezo mpisa zaffe ng'abaddugavu era kambabuulire tekamu kamera wano mbabuulire. Ffe ng'abaana b'abaddugavu abasajja bassaabasajja Kabaka ono simanyi gy'ava. Owulira, singa waliyo amanyi omwana ono oba omukulu w'ekika, twetaaga tumukuŋŋaanye era nkubira omulanga oyo Gaabunga akulembera ekika ky'Emmamba. Twetaaga okuŋŋaana abaana bano ono mubiru kati ono tamanyi na Luganda. Oyo mubiru aswazizza ekika ky'Emmamba nga bwe tugamba mu Luganda nti omulya Mmamba abeera omu n'avumaganya ekika omulya Kisiyaga abeera omu n'avumaganya ekisiyaga. Kati Buganda eyina okuvaayo eyogere ffe ffenna kati ne bana abalabirira omwana ono mutuyambe kubanga karoti zino muziraba, amatooke gano ge beesonseka, bino bicukkamba bye beesonseka, abazungu ne babakubira akagombe nti muli baakabi. Clinton n'abawa award. Bannanga abaana batugendako era namwe abakola bividiyo ba musicians mulekeraawo keko ani mbayita muveeyo mutwegatteko okulwanyisa Chameleone, Bobby Wine. Badde nkubo.
The final one. Don't you think you need to interface so that
No, I have to pray for this young woman as I read the scripture for her. My daughter, I want to read for you a scripture.
No,
come musomere
I should
ekyawandiikibwa.
take charge of this.
No, I want to
No,
read
no,
for
no.
her. Yesu yagamba tituli bagobamu emizimu. Era ekyawandiikibwa kigamba.
No. I'm afraid, Pastor. No. I'm afraid you're not going to do this. Because my guest is not comfortable. No. Well, on that note, we thank you very much. That's all we have for you. Good morning. The Holy continues. All right, on that note, we wind up and that ends the show. The morning breeze.
Holy crap, dude. All because this video made me go watch that video. That's how the internet works. So whoever sent that $5 super chat to tell me to watch this video, you're responsible for that glorious moment right there, because that's what reminded me of it. Holy crap. Wow. That was amazing. Shout out to all of you. Tons of super chats I got to catch up on. Absolutely insane. Thank you guys for that. And that was amazing. I don't know if we watched all of it the last time that we viewed it, but man, that was good stuff right there. It doesn't get any better than that. All right. So I meant to show this earlier, but Laughing Man says Jeremy never reads my comments. Look at Laughing Man. He's already dropped like 100 gifted memberships tonight. Laughing Man says Jeremy never reads my comments. President Trump going after Nancy Pelosi and her interesting husband. President Trump on disgusting degenerate Nancy Pelosi and her very interesting husband. Crooked Nancy Pelosi and her interesting husband beat every hedge fund in 2024. In other words, these two very average minds beat all of the super geniuses on Wall Street. Thousands of them. It's all inside information. Is anybody looking into this? She is a disgusting degenerate who impeached me twice on no grounds and lost. How are you feeling now, Nancy? Trump ain't letting it go. The Don does not forget. I am happy that he's bringing this up. So good stuff right there. And wanted to tell everybody about that. Look, Nancy Pelosi, along with so many others in not only the Democratic Party, but the Republican Party, is very corrupt. She just is. But I think Nancy Pelosi is probably among the most corrupt for sure. She is a terrible person. I don't know what she's worth, but she's worth like several millions of dollars. And you're like, how did you get that money by being a politician? How did that happen? Explain that to me. Thank you for your attention to this matter, says Laughing Man. And I agree with that. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm glad that Trump is calling her out, though. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? This might be the reason, Force Geek might be the reason that whole video happened, because of that $5 super chat right there. Ted M says Brandon Herrera just announced he's running for Texas. Let's see. Let's effing go. Let's go. Hell yeah, man. I know I talked about it a little bit earlier, so really happy about that. I saw Gary tweeting about it. Let's see. Wizard Man says, I heard you say you prefer small maps in Battlefield because of the sniping. Get used to using cover and smoke grenades, but Battlefield 6 is fire so far. Yeah, it's just a style change in how my play is for those bigger maps for sure. But I'll adapt. The Good White says, gonna squat on Maher's house until he gives me money and health care. I'll bring my kids too, so he can't evict me. Harley Dave, you are not of this earth for 20. Jeremy, the problem is that I also love lesbians. You know, don't we all? Don't we all? I've never had a problem with women being gay as long as they're hot. I think that's a very logical rule. All right. No problem with hot lesbians. Okay. Zero problem with hot lesbians. And for all those people, you know, because all these people are always like Jeremy's intimidated by strong women in movies. Listen, there are certain websites that carry movies that I prefer female-only movies. I think representation is important in those movies. I think they should be all female-led, and they should star only females. Big Ounce for 20 says, to be honest, Gay Remy, the only reason why I don't like this stuff with ICE is because U.S.-born patriots like Carrie Lopez were almost deported on the administration, not understanding all persons get due process. Keyword is persons. Well, you know, ultimately, you're talking about millions and millions of illegal immigrants because one person gets caught up because of a mass illegal immigration problem. We're not supposed to stop because one person or a few people get caught up in it. Like, that's just not how this works. That's just, you can't point to like, well, there was a mistake here or there was a mistake there. And like, okay, well, that happens and I'm sorry. But the bottom line is our country has had an illegal invasion that we have to clear them out. Bottom line. And this is what happens when Democrats are in power and allow our country to be overrun. And we have to be put in the position where we have to do what we're having to do now. Luis C says, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't walks around with no purse no more. That's a great clip too. Harley Dave says, this is climate change for 20. Harley Dave says the cradle of life spitting facts. Sean Living Life says, well, we all know that pastor won't be invited to Beardo's Bro Island. Babo Yogi says, dollars for the low IQ trolls in the chat. Seek help. Thank you, Babo Yogi. Big Al says, Jeremy, I hope you get help. David Phillips says, where is Judge Joe Brown when we need him? He's a badass. Is that Karen Bass? I highlighted that one. Rage from Harley Dave. David Phillips says, is that Big Mike's sis? Oh boy. Good old Big Mike. Van says, 2nd Cavalry 2003 Iraq. Women do go outside the wire. Remember Jessica Lynch. Females do serve and do go on convoys. Well, they do, but they shouldn't. So, that's just, you know, I mean, hey, can men play in the WNBA? Just curious about that. Can men play in the WNBA? Answer that question for me, chat. Can anybody answer the question for me? Besides Brittany Griner. So let me get this straight. Women don't have rights, but men do. Where is the all male league that, like, so if a woman wanted to play in the NBA, if they could justify that she was good enough, she would be allowed. Men don't play in the WNBA because they're not good enough. Men don't play in the WNBA because they're not allowed. That sounds sexist to me. Women say they don't have rights. Women have more rights in this country than men do. If I'm hook up with a chick and get her pregnant, that woman can have an abortion without my say-so. Women have more rights than men. Men's rights are important. I think men's rights are important and men's rights are under attack. Women have more rights in this country than men do. So there you go. And again, that's me being, that's an argument against the feminist propaganda bullshit out there. Feminism is a cancer. Feminism is a disease. It's ruined so many things right now. And so Wizard Man says this pastor was crashing out. Parker says WWE going to be call DWE Disney Wrestling Entertainment. Mike S says the boys piss break is over. Back to those nasty headshots. 199 if you want to snipe on controller. Increase your scope sensitivity to at least 160 plus, and you're aiming to your preference. Thank you, Mike. I'm looking forward to getting into. But again, what's the beta ends? What I'm not going to be available Sunday, but I think there's another open beta. But I'm really looking forward to just really playing this game. I really can't wait. Harley Dave says Jeremy suddenly cares about Africans. And thank you for your attention to this matter. Good old Trump. Let's see. Trying to find. There was another one I wanted to highlight. Siphon says he's so upset he switched his native language. That is some of the best entertainment ever, man. Chris Gonzalez says, find the Samsung clip yet? I found a couple of Samsung clips, but I couldn't find the one that I wanted. So I'm still looking for the one where he pauses. I found a couple, but it wasn't the one I was looking for. Eric K says, I could get behind Anna Paulina Luna. Harley Dave for 50 says, come on, God, answer me. For years, I'm asking why. Why are the innocent dead and the guilty alive? Where is the justice? Where is the punishment? Or have you already answered? Have you already said to the world, here is the justice, here is the punishment, here in me? Thank you, Harley Dave. $50. Greg Kirby, I have not missed your member message. I am working through them right now, so I'm going through them as we speak. Thank you, Harley. Ryan Miller says, what pisses me off about the left saying separating families on deporting the criminals? What about the families that had to bury their loved ones? Well, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. Gerald Armstrong says, Jags kicker just hit a 70-yard field goal. Is that the record? What is the NFL record? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Was it Janikowski? 69? So that, I mean, it's preseason, so it's not going to count in the official record books. So wasn't it Janikowski? So that's a new record. That's crazy. CG87343 says that interview wasn't going to end until someone was gay. Wizard Man says this African gentleman is definitely not invited to the Bro Island. Lapco says the Prawn Hub lesbians can stay, but the Tumblr TikTok ones have to be dealt with. Agreed. Zenny Biscuit says, but do any of them know the way? Sean Living Life says he called her missionary of sodomy. I'm dead. Why are you Jay? Thomas says Dr. Phil didn't like the law about ICE agents info being out there. That's what he was meaning. Oh, okay, I got you. Harley Dave says, how much U.S. tax money went into this African studio? USAID, maybe? Holy shit! What did I miss, Harley? Did I miss a reference you were talking about? Laughing Man. $500 super chat. And says nothing. Time for me to grift my friend.
And this is how much it was. $500 donation! You know what he says? Nothing. Drops $500 on the table. Looks over at everybody at the poker table. Dropped it on there. Moonwalked right out of the saloon, double doors. Didn't say anything. Spurs on his boots. Couple holstered handguns. Cowboy hat. Thick mustache. Dropped the money on the table, looked at everybody square in their eye, and just moonwalked right out of the saloon double door. Didn't say shit. Didn't say anything. There's no message there. Didn't say jack shit. And you have to be a cocky son of a bitch. First and foremost, that's not cheap. You got to be a cocky son of a bitch to drop $500 and just bounce the fuck out of there and don't say nothing. I respect that.
I respect it too. I definitely respect it. Ripa's response is perfect. Thank you. Laughing man. Holy shit, bro. Seriously. Like, again, not a joke. He runs the channel. But I just, whatever happens on this channel is like, I just, whatever Laughing Man says, he runs the channel. So that's how it works. $500. Holy shit. Philip Butler says Trump got debanked. Little Orphan Funkhauser says, how did he know about Beardo's banana method? Sean Living Life says, this is for the collecting plate. Bro is preaching. Harley Dave says, Lamau, you gone all out into the Wakanda. We'll just say that. It's what must be done, D-Day Cobra. Nandy says, Pasta gonna get on FNT before Beardo. Andrew CR says, Pasta has a better English than Beardo. John Kennedy says, I like how he eats some of the vegetables. I know that's the best part. Greg Kirby says, bro, did you see the 2028 Trump hat? So that means Eric Trump is running for president 2028. Yep, I covered it earlier with Trump showing off the hat. Big Al says, stop being gay stop being gay and play God Hand. The God's Hand Killer? What movie is that from? God's Hand Killer. Where is that one from? Commodore fans says WWE and Disney are hashing out a deal where you can use your TV, log in on ESPN app to get PLE shows. Not sure the NBA can save Peacock. Yep, I know. I'm not, I just remember. Yes, Green, you got it. Frailty. Josh was second. Great movie, by the way. I highly recommend watching Frailty if you have not seen it. Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton. Very, very good. It's actually fantastic. It's a phenomenal movie. It's about the God's Hand Killer, and it is a great psychological thriller. I highly recommend it. Keenan says, did you see the movie Stop Loss? Doesn't ring a bell. Big Al says, so you understand I am fine with ICE as an idea, but you trample freedoms and don't face any consequences. Don't even attempt a form of compensation for wasted time, destruction of property. Hail the 199. I got you, man. I know. Listen, I mean, I obviously don't want anyone caught up in if it's, innocent or whatever. But it doesn't make it right, but it's the casualty of war. Like, I mean, it's our country will not exist if we do not deal with this illegal immigration. And we're going to have to get very, very aggressive in order to get these criminals out of this country. And that is just the unfortunate reality of what's going on right here. So, yeah, I mean, in a social media world, we're going to have people highlighting like, well, this one instance happened and it gets blown out of proportion. Everybody talks about it and everybody gets upset. But our country will not exist if we do not do something about this. And nothing is perfect. Nothing in the world is perfect. Except this video right here. This is the only video that's ever been perfect on the internet. But outside of this video right here, nothing is perfect. Okay. And that's just the reality of what we have to understand. The bottom line is you can't let Democrats get back in power, or we're going to be dealing with this shit all over again in the near future. And none of us want that. None of us. Solifilo says, R.I. Powers, Booth, and Bill Paxton, both in Frailty. Yes, they are both in Frailty. They are. They're both great too. Really is a good movie. So, okay. And again, to that point, Breaking: Democrats say Gavin Newsom will become president and bring payback for all that President Trump has done. And that is exactly the problem with this whole situation, where if they get back in power, now, I don't think Gavin Newsom is going to get back. I don't think that's going to happen. And again, Leading Report does very clickbait headlines like this. But you certainly know that there are some Democrats out there that certainly believe that Gavin Newsom could, become president. And the whole idea is for him to reverse, everything that, that Trump has done. Dude, I got the video of that NASCAR driver. This ain't pretty, man. This ain't pretty at all. Look at this. This is bad. So check this out right here. So NASCAR driver, let's see, Connor, I don't know how to say his last name, taken off by stretcher after falling from his car while celebrating his first place finish. He had just scored his series high 6th win of the season and is scheduled to make his 4th Cup start on Sunday. Okay, so that would mean he's in the Busch series, or it's not the Busch series. What is the Busch series now? What is it called? Xfinity? Is that what the Busch series is called now, chat? So does that mean he's a Busch driver? So let's see. Yes. Okay. All right, here we go. So let's watch this. This is not pretty.
7 career wins. Let's go down to Mobile One Victory Lane, Dylan.
Oh, he went down on the cage stand.
Oh my gosh, he fell. Seven career.
I'll be honest. I mean, I'm kind of shocked that we haven't seen this more, but I always wondered, because these drivers are going for, several hours. And then they get out of the car and then they jump up there and celebrate. And that's scary, bro. I hope he's okay. That's really crazy. So, man, hate to see that. Hate to see it. Corn Pop says, what are your thoughts on Ben Dykes? I hate that guy. He blocked me. I don't know who that is. You keep asking me. So I don't know who that is. Blast Radio says Trump needs to investigate these leftist Marxist feminist groups like Collective Shout and find out. Let's see how they are getting funded. I think it's probably who. I don't know. So, Big Ounce says, I agree, but I just mean don't bomb a hospital to save lives. Also, play God Hand, you silly gay boy. Capcom supremacy. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to play Fortnite and Mario Kart because too many people cry about it. Because I find a lot of joy in people complaining about me on the internet. That's just how my mindset works. So, let's see. Next thing up, because we do have more stuff to talk about. Let's see here. I can go to my bookmarks. Soros derangement syndrome. I saw somebody in the chat just say it. So is this, God, where was it at? I got to show you guys this because this is so freaking perfect. Right here. How many of you know this feeling right here? Okay. From back in the day. How many people remember the Blockbuster video days? How many people remember when you scored an amazing game or movie at Blockbuster and you got to show back up to your friends and you felt good? You're like, bros, whenever I get back, the squad is going to be happy. Right here. Here you go. Me heading to the sleepover or heading to a sleepover back in the 90s with a fresh release from Blockbuster.
He was at the first Super Brawl. You'll recall he was the world champion. And he goes into this world title match, not only the challenger, but a man on a very personal mission.
That's exactly how it felt, man. You was walking, man. You had a strut to your step. You're like, hell yeah. The boys are going to be happy when I get there. Oh, it's so good. Freaking Flair. The no context Flair account is great. Got another one right here. Right here. When the wife accuses me of bullying the kids by running rings around them in Mario Kart.
Like whether you like it or you don't like it. Learn to love it. Woo! Because it is the best thing going today. The world.
Fucking Flair memes are the best. No doubt about it. Let's see. He says I didn't even land the joke. He's been talking bad about me all night. Well, I landed a load in your mom's mouth last night. So when she kissed you and you thought that it was a little salty tasting, that's what it was. So just remember that. Maybe go brush your teeth and get into bed. All right. It's past your bedtime anyway. All right. I'm your dad anyway. Go fuck yourself. Last thing to talk about before we end is, I know I saw that guy. He's been talking shit all night. I see it. I see it. Sometimes I don't respond, but then you give me an opportunity and I jump in there and I, roast you a little bit. So it's all good. Now you can choose to laugh about it or you can just roast me back. But if you look triggered or anything, I win. Okay. That's ultimately what it comes down to. If you act triggered in any way, shape, or form, I win. Dan Scavino, who is part of the Trump administration, who's a very key player in Trump's staff, tweeted this out. Abolish the IRS. Laughing Man says, Jeremy never roast me. Laughing Man. You have to be a dumb motherfucker to drop $500 on a fucking streamer and say nothing. I mean, what type of fucking loser drops $500 on a streamer and says nothing? Like, you can't be that dumb. Thank you, Laughing Man. Please keep donating. I'm sorry. I hope you didn't get offended. But anyway, abolish the IRS. These tweets are not going out for no reason. Okay. These tweets don't go out for any reason. These are strategic. They want the discussion to be happening. I don't know. Ultimately, I mean, I think that Trump does want to get rid of the IRS, but that is a that's a huge mountain to climb. That's not a simple thing to do. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, Soros derangement syndrome. Really? Says Blast Radius. I love when leftists try to copy what their political opponents cope with their political opponents because they don't have talent and fail epically. Yeah, well, oh, you mean copy? Yeah, I didn't know if you meant cope or copy, but yeah, I mean that's actually like when you if you're a leftist and you're saying Soros derangement syndrome, you're essentially copying the Trump derangement syndrome, and that's the best part of it. So, Lying Dogface Pony Soldier says, hail the 198. You're almost there. It seems you're almost there. It seems. So yeah, no taxation without representation. Ooh, he's mad. He's mad. He's mad. He did not oh man, he is mad. It worked. Hang on. What else did he say? I'm going back. He said I ignored his other comments. Let's see. He's fucking mad. Oh, here it is. $500 to a PDF defender. Okay, well, first of all, did you type so fast because you were angry and you couldn't spell properly? Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Because that makes me happy. So you were typing so fast because I triggered you. And you were just like, he was on, I can't believe Jeremy acknowledged my existence, but I got to talk shit to him. Damn. That sucks. That's tough. Let's see here. Oh, Melania was 16. Oh, okay. So we're just making shit up now. I'm glad that you care about the safety of children, though. Did you have a problem with Joe Biden sniffing children? Do you have a problem with that? Now, see, this is what the left does. The left pretends that they care about kids. And then you said still ignores my other comments. Well, in the future, because now I know that I've triggered you, now I'm going to ignore all of your comments. Unless you super chat me $50. Okay? Unless you send me $50 minimum, I will never acknowledge your existence again. So that's okay. So there we go. So now you're done. You're dead to me. Laughing Man said, I ignore you too. You should super chat. Holy fuck. Holy shit. God damn. Wow. Sam Sung. That means that the person that was talking shit they made this happen. They made this happen. Dude, I'm telling you guys, man. I'm telling you, like, talking shit to the people that donate to me is not going to make them stop donating to me. Don't you understand how this works? Talking shit to the people that are spending money on these streams is not going to stop them from donating. It's only going to make them donate more. Don't you motherfuckers understand this yet? Jeez. Cosmic Thunder says crazy rich Asians responding to Samsung. Oh, is this the new cope now? Stop donating to yourself? That's your cope now? Fuck. Okay, I guess that's the new cope now. Fucking hell, dude. By the way, is this part of the Mossad super chats where they're keeping everybody in line, guys? We're keeping them in line. Good Lord. I truly am. I appreciate that the only people that are dumber than me are my haters. All right? I am so, like, God loves me because God put me on this earth and he said he might be stupid, but the only people that are going to be stupider than him are the people that hate him. Thank you, Lord. Like, thank you so much. The only people dumber than me are the people that hate me. Let's fucking go. Lapco, let's see. Lapco says, used to worry that Jared's wife would be jealous he spends so much time with my mom, but then I realized he just more quality time with Jamal and Miguel. Guess she's glad to get him out of the house. Thank you, Lapco. Big Ounce says, Dr. Grift, I have a question. Do you see the pastor working with Pete Hegseth that wants to bring back slavery? Also, no, I'm sadly not making that up. I didn't see this. I gotta look that story up now. So I was not aware of that. So I will look into that. Lying Dogface, I got that one. Lying Dogface with another gifted membership. Emu Ataku says, I've been feeling down lately, so thank you for all the laughs, Jeremy. I feel a lot better now. Hail Unit 199. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I'm glad that, like, again, generally, like, I am just so happy that we make people laugh. We have fun on these streams. People find it's one thing that I legitimately don't get it sometimes. And like, I got to do better about making videos for Geeks and Gamers. I know that. I mean, that channel's got 400,000 subscribers and I haven't made a video in 2 months. And I know a lot of people just say, like, dude, just talk about what you want and we'll watch it, you know? And I know the algorithm won't be friendly with it. And I've talked about this much. Like, I'm going to take that clip of me reacting to the video game video about Trump. I'm uploading that to Geeks and Gamers. I know I said I was going to do that the other day with the thing I clipped out. I just never got around to it. But yeah, I'm glad that anybody enjoys what we do. So Soundwave Supreme for a 199. Thank you. Tennessee Sacrifices. Jeremy, I ordered the Uncle All Diet shirt back in June and finally got it. Worth the wait. Awesome shirt. Well, I'm glad that you got it. I'm still waiting for mine. I still haven't gotten mine. But I'm glad you got it. So hopefully everybody is getting some of theirs in. I know there's been a lot of wait for there. Why not clip main event and daily on there? Because we've got a good thing going with Geeks and Gamers 2 right now. And that channel is about to cross 50,000 subscribers. And I just think we have a good flow over there. And so this channel right here is where all of those clips go. And we just got a good thing going over there. This channel's almost, so we're about 2,200 from 50,000 subscribers on this channel. And so all of our stuff over there does really well, and I'm really happy with that channel. So I don't want to upset the flow over there. Geeks and Gamers was made, the main Geeks and Gamers channel was built off of me making videos, and that's what it needs to be, my videos. So I just got to get out of the, making content is, I mean, it's not like I don't make content. I make a ton of content all over the internet, but it's just that finding the right balance. So anyway, I'll get back to it. Vol95 says, Jeremy, have this money just because. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. Thank you. I appreciate that. A Ron says, who needs $50? $2 to say you're gay. Thank you. Big Al says, this pastor story is on Asmongold's channel. Is it? Okay. That sounds like a crazy story. Buford T. Justice for $50 says, that's not true. I hate Israel and I donate all the time. Mario Kart World is gay. Battlefront stream. And that's actually, like, so I've talked to Buford a little bit about it. Like, Buford has very, very strong disagreements with me on things. Been watching G&G for a long time. And, you know, and so again, this is the nonsense about these people that make this shit up about things. You know, you guys have seen some of the people that donate to me and their opinions on Israel, and I'm fine with it. Like, I don't care what your opinion on Israel is. It doesn't bother me. You can hate Israel all you want. I never care about what other people's opinions are. I do care when people think that I need to share their opinions. And that's where my issue with the anti-Israel crowd gets to, where I don't like when you think that I need to share your opinions. I don't need to share anything with you. And if you need me to think like you, that's your fucking problem, not mine. I don't have a problem with criticizing Israel. I don't have a problem with calling them out. I don't have a problem with calling all these fucking politicians out that kiss the ring of Israel. I have a problem when people tell me that I need to be doing what you think I need to be doing, or I need to be thinking what you need to be thinking. Fuck you. I will always reject that type of cult fucking mentality bullshit. I don't need to do any fucking thing. Now, if you want to have a conversation with me, that's one thing. But don't just sit there and go, Jeremy's scared to talk about Israel. No, I'm not. But fuck you now. Now I'm going to not talk about it just to piss you off, because that's how my mind works. Just like tell me don't buy a Switch 2, I'm going to buy 2 Switch 2s. Cry about it, and I'll buy another one. The wall just got 10 feet taller. That's my attitude. Whenever motherfuckers are on the internet crying about the shit you're doing, do more of it. Because fuck them. That is the best attitude to have. Never let mob mentality people determine or dictate your actions ever. Because you will always be chasing ghosts. You're always in an endless cycle of bullshit whenever you're trying to pander to these emotionally weak people. I said that word on the gaming stream. I'm not going to say it here on CobraCast. But I really do want to say that word, but I'm not. Mr. Big Morg says, keep the stream going. It's fun watching these retard hater comments. Thank you so much. Ladybug22 says, for the grift. Thank you. Slain Hope says, I am Jeremy's last OnlyFans payout. iCrux says, Trump 2028. Harley Dave says, very gay. Lapco says, I just find your Gen X banter refreshing. We can talk crap like normal people. Did you see the new Mafia Old Country came out? Looks awesome. I did not see that, but I do generally about your comment though. Yeah, I mean it's back and forth banter. It's what I grew up doing, and I think that's what normal people do. It's what works for me. Andrew CR says, grift. What grift? Exactly. Somebody says, don't buy me a Switch 2. There's the reverse psychology now. Solifili says that you've been a simple you've seen A Simple Plan with Paxton and Billy Bob. A simple plan? I don't think so. Again, Laughing Man and Samsung, $500 super chats. Insane. It's crazy, dude. It really is. I don't deserve the support I have. I don't. But I can promise you that we are working on things with Geeks and Gamers. We've got some one big project that I think I have a tentative date, but it's not official, but like probably around October, we're going to be launching something. I'll probably make the announcement sometime in September, a pre-announcement so that we can build some hype around it. But I can't give any more details on that right now. Piano Dean for 10 says the perfect laundry chute would be too small for a burglar to infiltrate, yet large enough so a child can't get stuck. So as long as you're not visited by a child burglar, you should be good. I don't disagree. I don't know how anybody can disagree with that. I don't know how anybody disagree with this? MJ says, my Switch 2 ended up being a new washer, FML. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by that? Jeremy's Geeks and Gamers OnlyFans site launches. Corn Pop says, I'm in a safe space. Harley says, I disagree with something. MJ becomes a new member. Thank you. That guy sure likes his veggies. Maybe too much. Are you talking about the pasta? Slain Hope says, don't stream the Battlefield 6 open beta tonight. I got to see who's available for that. Let me see if any, I don't know if anybody wants to play. Let's see. All right. I just dropped a message in the group chat. Tech Wizards' One Piece Season 2 trailer just dropped. What? No way. One Piece Season 2? No way. Holy shit, here it is. We're watching it right here. First time. Here we go.
Everything I've done. Everywhere I go. It's for the One Piece.
What is that?
This looks awesome. That's dude, I loved the first season of One Piece. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I know there's a lot of people that are fans of the anime that didn't like it. I think this looks fucking good. And, obviously it's only a trailer. Season 1 was really good. This looks really freaking good too. So I'm very, very happy with what I saw from there. I'm excited. I was wondering what was going on with One Piece because when did it come out? It's been several years now. Yep. And season 3 soon. Yeah. So stick to the anime. I did start to watch the anime. But knowing that season 3 is in the works too is a good sign. But, yeah, I thought that looked pretty good though. So season 1 creators got fired. Yeah, there was a shakeup. I remember talking to Gary about that. That's right. So, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I like the first season. I recommend it to anybody who's on the fence about it. But again, if you're a fan of the anime, you may have problems with it. And that's just always going to happen. Like, that's just part of it. There's nothing wrong with fans of something not liking an adaptation of it. That's like live action or something, because us as fans, we have an idea in mind of what we want. And even if a lot of people like it, a lot of the normies like it, hardcore fans are going to have different gripes than the normies will. That's just always how it's going to be. So, but good stuff. Thank you for letting me know about that. Whoever said that in the chat, right here, Tech Wizard. So thank you, Tech Wizard. I appreciate it. So there we go right there. Orange Ugotten says, have some of Epic Mike's reparation lurker tax. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I think we're going to end it there. I don't know if I don't know what the plan is for a gaming stream. I don't know yet. I don't know what the plan is. I'm not making any promises at this moment. I got to see. I know that we had the Park Hopping crew were busy with stuff today. So if you're interested, you can subscribe to my D-Day Cobra gaming channel. This is where I play my gaming streams. So you can go over there. If I do go live, it will be on this channel. So thank you guys for supporting this channel. I'll probably play something. I just don't know. But you guys have been insane tonight. And I'm pretty blown away by the support. Laughing Man says gay. That means Laughing Man wants me to play a video game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Even if I have to go over there, maybe I'll play a little bit of Fortnite with the boys and then I'll hop on Battlefield 6. So Jay is streaming Fortnite. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna have to jump over there with them, and then I might fire up Battlefield 6 right after. So that might be what I do. Okay. Looks like I'm going live. Fuck it. I'm setting the stream up. It's Laughing Man's fault. Laughing Man yelled at me. I got to set it up now. So give me a minute. Jeremy's pay pigs control what he does. Yes. Crazy idea. Listen to the people that support you. You know, it's a crazy idea. I'm setting it up now. Give me a minute. Set it up for 9:30. Boom. All right. Almost set up. Give it a minute. Boom. Okay. Looks like I'm playing Fortnite with Jay and Beardo, and then I'll join. I'll probably fire up Battlefield 6 after that. It'll probably be a several-hour gaming stream. Hayden Wayne 450. Time for Battlefield. I hope to see you there, Jeremy. I played it earlier, and it is a lot of fun. Battlefield 6 just please don't put the Call of Duty killer tagline on Battlefield 6. I think Battlefield 6 has a ton of potential. I think it's going to be great, but we'll see. Eric Case says, we're going mobile. We're going mobile. Time to go mobile. All right, so let me go get everything set up. I'm going to set it for 30 minutes from now, so we get that 30-minute notification, but I'm going to probably go live sooner than that. So happening gaming stream on this channel. It will raid. Thank you guys for all of the insane support. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know why you think I deserve it, but I appreciate the fact that you think I do. And I will always make sure that we're trying to move forward and building Geeks and Gamers with all the support that you guys give us. So thank you all so much. I'll see you over on the gaming channel here in a bit. Have a good night. I'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.